Well, good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Everyone feeling a little fresh this morning. No Padres game to watch last night. I don't know how you guys felt, but I definitely missed it. When the team is going well, I hate a day off. I really, really do. But sets you up pretty nicely for what should be a really, really fun weekend, allegedly. Just get that preemptive bird whistle out of the way here on Ben and Woods this morning. I love that we log in on a Friday after an off day, and the chat is still full, and people are so excited and want to be here to listen to this program. Hopefully we can deliver for you today. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, and Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Benjamin, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I did something pretty crazy last night with no game. I actually saw my family.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. They're like awesome people. I had dinner with my kids, my parents.
Nice.
It was really nice. I don't get to do that a lot during baseball season, but yeah, we had a nice meal and didn't have to rush to get to, a game or watch a game or anything. It was just a very normal feeling Thursday night.
Yeah, we watched Great Outdoors again. Which is always a classic.
I saw that on Netflix, whatever streaming. I saw it yesterday. I was like, great movie.
Yep, it's on Netflix, and we love that movie. It's a good, solid family movie. Not too many, scenes that make you uncomfortable. There's one, and it comes kind of right at the beginning of Great Outdoors when John Candy and his family get to the lake that they go to. Mm-hmm. The kids go out to play, and he's got his wife there. And he's looking around. And he's kind of sidling up to her, as we've all done before. And oftentimes, you get rejected. But his wife was, no, it's filthy in here. I need to clean. And he's like, come on, the kids are down at the lake. And then he starts unbuttoning her dress. I'm watching with my children. And he takes the dress off, and she's wearing a slip, which I don't think has been worn since 1986. Right? Like, my wife's never worn a slip. Right? So then
what does it actually do anyway?
Because there was like
underwear under your dress sort of thing. Or,
you already have underwear and a bra on. And what was the purpose of the slip?
I don't know.
So
someone in the chat.
Does anyone know what the purpose? Does anyone wear a slip? You can call in at 833-288-0973.
So then called a slip.
What? You just slip it off and on.
I mean, everything you kind of slip on and off.
Yeah, that's true. So he pulls the dress off, unzips the dress.
Slips are worn for several reasons: to prevent sheerness, reduce static cling, and improve how a garment drapes.
Okay, so it looks.
They also provide an extra layer of warmth.
It gets you
protect outer clothing from body oils and perspiration.
Okay, so it gets you like a layer under your dress. Okay, it makes sense.
I feel like quietly,
it's like you have like a bed sheet or a pillow cover. You just kind of putting it on. It's already got like a mattress protector or a pillow protector, but you're putting another.
I feel like quietly, Big Laundry has eliminated static cling during our lifetime. Remember every ad used to be about you use this dryer sheet, you won't have static cling anymore.
No, it still exists.
You still have it? I don't feel like I get it. Is it maybe we live here and
I'd like to stay on slips for a minute before we get into static cling, because
we got plenty of time for static cling.
It's Friday. There was no game. We can do it all. Just so don't get ahead of yourself. Stay on topic. So he takes the dress off, and she's in her slip. And then he starts kind of kissing her neck, and then he starts wanting to play a role play game. You will be Shilana, the woods temptress, and I will be Bert. And she's like, ooh, Bert, I love when you're Bert. I'm like, you creepy SOBs. Look at you guys. And then Uncle Roman comes in with the video camera, and he's like, ha, 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 Shilana, the woods temptress. It's a brilliant film. It's a brilliant, brilliant film. And my kids love it. They love it. And I love it. And it makes me think, the thing that bums me out every time I watch Great Outdoors, though, is I just miss John Candy.
I was just going to say that.
I just miss him.
Every time I watch any movie that he's in, I just go, we as a human race
we're
robbed of a good 30 years or whatever. I don't remember how old he was when he passed away.
He was not old.
He wasn't that old.
40
and you're just
something.
Think about how many years of movies, of comedies he could have kept putting out.
I every time I see his face, it makes me happy, because he always makes me happy when I see him. And then it makes me incredibly sad.
Him and Chris Farley.
Yeah. And his family, I think John Candy's family is doing a documentary on him that will it will bring me to my knees. I love that, man. We grew up with him, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Great Outdoors, all of those classic movies. So we watched that.
Shout out to his family.
Just like the biggest shout out.
Brewster's Millions.
Brewster's Millions. So good.
I watched that 50 times.
It's
I'm an
so
Uncle
good.
Buck guy.
Uncle Buck is amazing. I'm Molly Russell's wart. Not her wart. Not her wart. I'm old Buck Melanoma. He's amazing. He was so good.
Old melanoma head.
That's what they call me. Just old melanoma head. So good. So we watched that. It's a classic. The talking raccoons is brilliant. Uncle Roman, Dan Aykroyd, one of the greatest characters of all time. Kate, what's her name? Kate, Steven Spielberg's wife.
Capshaw.
Kate Capshaw. No, she's not in it. Warren Beatty's wife.
Annette Bening.
She's in it. She's brilliant. So that's it. That's the classic standard in our house. So we watched that, and it was nice. Had a nice little family night.
Viva Ponderas. I knew John Candy. Obviously, I remember when he died, and he felt like he was young. 43, though.
Oh, makes me so sad. Dude.
Quite a bit younger than either of us. That is, it's really, really sad.
Oh, it breaks my heart. Every time I see him, I just get super bummed out, man. So we watched that. But if you want to get back into static cling, I think we can. I think it's an important topic.
Well, some people in the chat said it still exists. Colorado, really bad static cling. Maybe it's just in San Diego. But I remember as a kid, you'd put on shirts and you could feel like the static. And I don't get that anymore. At least our washing machine and dryer.
We still get it every now and then, and we've tried to go away. Apparently, like everything that happens in your life, if you use something for many years, and then somebody comes in and says, "Oh, those." You get cancer with those. So my wife,
or they're bad for the environment.
So my wife said these dryer sheets they're cancer causing. I'm like, And so we had to find like the all natural ones, but they don't really work. There's a reason that some of this things have changed. I've said it before. A Twix doesn't taste like a Twix did when we were kids. Crackers don't taste like they did when we were. Everything's changed because they're trying to make it better and healthier for you, but they've taken the stuff that made it taste good out. Probably for the best. It's probably for the best. I think dryer sheets. I told Hannah, I go, you know what? I'll roll the dice on that. That's one I will roll the dice on. Like,
because I'm of the mentality. In that situation, my mindset at least there would be, look. If it's not dryer sheets, it's our cell phones.
Correct.
That we're holding to our heads.
Correct.
Like something's going to take me out, and it's going to be because of technology. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that, but I can't live my life being like, is it going to be the dryer sheets or not? Like,
if I'm laying on my deathbed and they're like, Doc, you guys come in, like, Doc, what got him? Like, dryer sheets.
Bounty.
If that's the case,
should have went with Downey.
Then it feels like it was my time, and I will roll. I will roll the dice on the dryer sheet. So we have some now that are apparently much, much safer. Same thing with deodorant. I've been in the deodorant lately. You guys know my struggles with deodorant. I finally found one that I like. It's aluminum free. It works. I don't stink anymore. But it took months.
I get what you mean because I hear the same thing. You want the aluminum free.
Right.
You never hear of anybody dying. Oh, yeah.
Aluminum poisoning.
Yeah. From his deodorant.
Dude, you don't understand.
You never hear that.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, we worry about it so much.
It makes sense. Every time I would go to his house, he would just be sitting there rolling this. I feel like if it gets me, it gets me. I mean, I don't know.
With all the things, and no offense, that you did in your youth.
Correct.
If dryer sheets is what
that was my time. It was my time to go. It was my time to go. And it's like Hannah says, she's changed her perspective on this. Her dad, Lauren and Carol, his license plate literally said organic, and he died at 60. The dude used to go out and like pull up his own beets and like out of the garden and be like, here, we're eating these tonight. Here's a head of lettuce I got. And like he did everything right. He did everything right. He didn't do the aluminum. He didn't do the dryer sheets, and he died at 60. So it's a good lesson to live your life out there a little bit, but living in fear of everywhere you go, it's like, oh no, you can't have that. It's got aspartame in it. Oh, that's got aluminum in it. Oh, the dryer sheets will kill you.
Red dye number 4.
Red dye number 4. You will lose. I've been smacking Gatorades out of my kids' hands. I'll see them come home from a friend's house. I'm like, no, not the Gatorade. And so yeah, it's a good lesson. Do what you need to do. I would just say, like everything, do it in moderation.
Oh yeah, the latest stories about the microplastics.
Microplastics.
Moreno, like we breathe in 10,000 little pieces of plastic every single day.
I eat plastic pens
from like the furniture that is plastic and everything that's plastic, and it's like, I mean, we're all pretty much made of plastic at this point.
Pretty much, and so you just work. You work to try to make little improvements here or there. I found myself, I think I've told this before, because I do get into that when it comes to my kids. There's a lot of hypocrisy if you're a parent. There's a lot. There just is. Like I said to Bo the other day, I go, hey man, picked him up from school. I go, hey, I'm sorry I've had kind of a tough week. I've been raising my voice a little bit more than I would like. I've really been working on that, but I haven't been great. And I just wanted to apologize to you. Okay? He goes, no problem. Very forgiving. It's unconditional love with your child. It's amazing. And they're very forgiving. We get home later and I go, hey, lower your voice. He goes, how are you going to tell me to lower my voice? I go, you're 7. You're 7. There's a lot of hypocrisy that goes with kids. And so he's like, well, wait, I saw you drinking a Gatorade. I'm like, yeah, but I'm 50. I'm almost in my coffin. I want better for you. So you have to eat this crap version of these snacks. I actually get to eat the good ones. I'm sorry. Like, that's just the way that it goes as a parent.
You're getting Nature Aid. I'm getting Gatorade.
Nature Aid. Yes. You're getting that soda that has no soda in it. I'm actually going to drink a nice cold Coca-Cola Classic. You know why? Because it doesn't matter for me, buddy. Save yourself. So there's a lot of hypocrisy with being a parent. It just kind of comes with the territory. But yeah, man, we do have one friend that is bananas about getting the no microplastic, and I think it honestly consumes her entire life. Like the constant shielding. Now, again, I'm not saying, hey, eat crunch berries for every meal, but have some crunch berries when we go on vacation to Hawaii. Absolutely. Like that's a time to let it eat a little bit. But man, like trying to make small little changes, it can. I went the other day, I went to 3 grocery stores in the same effing day because one needs lactose intolerant chocolate milk that they don't sell at this one. But I can't get the turkey there because the turkey there is not as good and healthy as the one here. And then I had to go.
But then you can't go to that store first that you're getting the turkey because you don't want the turkey to
sit in the car for Paulie, it is
45 minutes.
Look, my triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, as it were, for me, is I go to Stater Brothers for the milk. I go to Vaughn's for like everyday stuff. And then I go to not Whole Foods, it's Sprouts on the way home. So I hit the Bermuda Triangle. I got to get my protein shakes.
Costco, Vaughn's, Trader Joe's. Is my triangle.
Yeah. So it's
stores.
The Bermuda Triangle. And you knock that out on one day. You're walking in, you got 6 different. Now I've got my plastic bags from Vaughn's. I have the pre-ripped, might as well just pre-rip the paper bags that you get at like Lazy Acres and stuff. Every time you walk your car, it drops. So it's really kind of a beating, man, to try to do the right thing.
Yeah, I always feel guilty when I don't bring in my reusable bags.
I've never done it once. I
keep
forgetting.
I
keep forgetting.
Forgot and then forgot again, and then all of a sudden it was over.
So the Bermuda Triangle. A lot of people in the chat say, "Yeah, I got to do the same thing." There's just one thing that my regular store doesn't carry. So, but listen, we're all just trying to make it. Trying to do the right thing.
The worst one for me is Trader Joe's because like I'll get a lot of good stuff from Trader Joe's that we need, but then there's like a couple of name brand stuff that you need, and you're like, I have to go to Vaughn's for this, but there's not I'm at Trader Joe's in its own shopping center, and I go drive over to the grocery store to get the name brand, the non-Trader Joe's, like the whatever you need. That's the only one that gets me, I think.
My wife bought some recently, or it might have been me. One of the two of us bought some, and I think we ordered them, like had them delivered. Some saltines that weren't premium. And we talk a lot on this show about you pay for quality, and you don't. You would eat.
Oh no, for saltines I absolutely
so that's what. So I put crackers in the category of Oh no, I'm not getting generic. I'll get generic mustard. I'll get generic ketchup.
I do not believe in the generic brands.
Oh really?
For the most part. You'd be
you won't get
surprised.
Vaughn's mustard?
No, it's got to be French's.
Okay, see, Vaughn's mustard tastes the same.
It's got to taste exactly like it did when I was a child.
So
That's what I want.
I got these crackers, and I was like, because my favorite snack is just a pack of saltines. So I just pull it out, and they crumble in your hand. There's no firmness to them.
I prefer club crackers, though, a little buttery.
Well, that's different. That's a different.
I know.
That's like saying, I like whiskey, I like vodka. They're both alcohol. It's a total different drink.
Club crackers and oranges here.
Saltines club crackers. Club crackers is a totally different thing.
I think I'm with Ben though. I'm pretty much staying away from the generic brands.
All generics
for the most part.
I buy generic Advil. For my baseball bag, a big chunk of it. I buy
like Costco Advil.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't taste. It's the taste thing.
You're not eating.
I'm not eating them.
So there's a couple things you don't skimp on. Toilet paper in the chat right here. Yeah. Saltines. It's got to be premium, right? That's the brand. It's got to be premium. No other brand will do. If you don't believe me, try one. Go get the generic Stater Brothers, Vaughn's crackers. They taste like Bud. I mean, they crumble. They get everywhere. You get a good firm cracker when you get the premium, and they have that like burnt top kind of. Oh,
it's probably because they put all the forever chemicals
in the. Fine by me. Like I said, it's fine by me.
I don't mind like the healthier alternatives for like chips. They're like they have some that are like made. I think they're made with beans.
Yeah, those are good.
Rice.
Yeah,
like I have no problem with those. They taste good. I don't like them when they try to make them taste like Doritos or something like it's like Cool Ranch flavored bean chips.
Make them yours. Make them your own individual standalone thing. I agree.
I don't need nacho cheese Dorito flavored not Doritos.
I agree.
I also question the powers that be that thought putting a 10-cent bag charge would suddenly transform all our behavior. When I go to the grocery store and it's $247.30, and they're
not even a little.
Do you want it? Will you pay 10 cents extra for a bag?
No, I want to carry this out in my shirt.
Go ahead and
you're like, oh my God, I don't know. That could be a whole 90 cents.
Go ahead and tack on the 10.
Jeez,
the 10 cents at this point.
Look, that's one of those things that I wish I was better at. I will admit it fully. I always forget to bring, and we save them, in our house because we use them for other things. And I always forget to just grab a handful. And I wonder if it's mental because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like cheap or something for not buying them every time, even though it's smart and it's better for
obviously it is
the environment, but I'll work on that. You guys can,
but then you have to remember to put them back in your car
correct.
After you've unloaded
correct.
them all.
Those little,
I know. Yeah. Keep them in the trunk. It's a good idea.
Well, you do, but then after you got to bring them in.
You got to bring them in and then take them back out.
Put them back out. That's the tough part. Is remembering to bring them back out to the car after you've unloaded all the groceries and you're tired and you just want to sit down on the couch after you've done the whole grocery shopping thing. You don't want to have to go back out to the car one more time to take the bags.
Bean says, if anybody knows generic, it's me, the EPT king, dude. I had friends in high school that you go to their house. You're like, wow, your dad really just buys. Oh, I didn't want a Dr. Pepper. I did want this Dr. Slice, though. Thanks so much.
Like, Mountain Dew? Nah, give me the Mountain Breeze.
Is that a real thing?
That was a real one.
Mountain Breeze?
I remember that one.
Just so you're like this. Thanks, man. It's the generic house.
Hydrox.
Yes. You're like in a pinch. In a pinch.
Never.
So good. Dr. K, Dr. Thunder. Yes, all of these. Oh, it's a good time. Anyway, Michael King is injured. We'll probably talk about that at some point. We have a really good show today.
We will.
Surprisingly on a Friday.
Who came up with the name Hydrox?
Hydrox. Sounds like bleach.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
Bleach cookies.
At all.
Oh, man.
Who thought that was a good name for a nasty Oreo knockoff cookie?
It's so good. Hydrox. I'll eat them too. I would eat them in a pinch. No problem.
Oh, no chance.
No problem.
See, like that was when Ben was like, I can't do the generic brand. Like for whatever reason, Oreos were the first one that came to mind. Like,
yeah.
The store brand Oreos, are they bad? I wouldn't say that.
No, I'll eat them.
But they are not the same as Oreos.
Yeah. If I have a sweet tooth and all I have are generics, I'm like, fine, I'll do it. It's not the same. It's not the same, but running around town trying to get organic fruit gummies for the kids and It's a lot, man. It really is. It's a lot.
All right, let's get going here. We'll set the menu for what we've got on a Friday edition of Ben and Woods. First, Kelly's traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Traffic is sponsored by Islands Restaurants. Friday morning off to a bit of a busy start. Couple spots northbound side of the 5 before SeaWorld Drive. Fire crews got that right lane blocked. They are handling a brush or encampment fire over to the right shoulder. That's north 5 before SeaWorld Drive. And a crash in the clearing stage, westbound King Freeway just before Euclid. It's over to the right shoulder. Islands Restaurants, summer refreshment, paradise ambience, and the best burgers in town, like the Big Wave with cheese and fresh cut fries. $10 now for a limited time only. Visit one of our Islands restaurants throughout Southern California today. Dine in only. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station. 97.3, The Fan.
This is incredible. I can't stop talking about it.
You got
Dean
us
says,
going.
throw them in some Kroger ice cream.
Maybe nothing worse than generic
ice cream sucks. The big tub of just vanilla, and it's got that plastic like paint can.
They bring it into class if you had like a birthday party, and it was like, can someone just bring me just Dryers regular
Dryers,
ice cream, please?
Where I grew up,
we get this one tub of ice cream. It'll last us the whole summer.
What dads didn't realize is the bigger the tub of the ice cream, the more you ate. The more you ate.
Oh, yeah.
Like, great. Now I have a trough of ice cream. I'm just going to eat way more ice cream than I normally would if I had a little gallon.
It was more like, Mom, are we so poor we can't afford like a thing of Tillamook ice cream or Dryers ice cream? Like, what are we doing here?
Wait, there's a Dryers and a Briars?
There
right?
was. I don't know if they're
no
related
sense.
or completely different.
I think
it's very confusing.
Totally different.
Totally different?
I don't know.
All right. Let's move on.
All right. We will talk about the surprise, the Thursday surprise that we all got from the San Diego Padres yesterday. Not a lot of explanation. I imagine that Mike Schilt will.
Day off.
Yeah, how you get hurt on your day off?
Probably slept on it funny.
Oh, boy.
Michael King back to the injured list. We'll discuss it and what the Padres may do because he was supposed to start tonight's fairly important game against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Battle for first place in Los Angeles. So we'll look ahead coming up. We also have a bunch of Friday guests on a Friar Friday. We will be joined at 7 a.m. So in about 36 minutes by the CEO of the San Diego Padres, Eric Grupner. Going to check in on the state of your San Diego Padres here heading into the last month and a half of the season. We'll have our regular Friday conversation with D. Smith. Darren Smith going to join us, SDFC, Padres, and more. And how about this? Got a Hall of Famer joining the show right at the end. Trevor Hoffman's one of the coaches of the Perfect Game High School All-Star Game at Petco Park. And he's going to come on, talk a little bit about that. And, of course, Padres baseball at the end of the show. So good show today. Regular features as well. Take on Woods, Don't Do This, and the Rindle Report. But we will start. What happened? Michael King headed to the injured list. How does this impact the Padres going forward? That is coming up next here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, though, Woods and I want to talk about 7 Mile Casino. If you're looking for weekend plans, make plans to head on down to our favorite card room. I'll tell you what, before we ever went to 7 Mile Casino, I must have passed it 50 times or more going down the 5, going, I wonder what that place is like. Can't be great, right? And I walked in. They finally said, come check it out. And I was floored by how nice it was in there. Really upscale. I mean, if you like to play cards, there's nowhere else you should be going other than 7 Mile Casino.
I remember that day well, my friend. We went together. We had lunch. We had delicious food. We had the salt and pepper wings. I mean, I literally remember it like it was yesterday. The first time we went in, I sat down, played some California-style blackjack, won like $150, walked out the door, felt pretty good. It's a great place to go, just 7 minutes from downtown. Really, really cool. And I like to say it's a nice little surprise when you walk in.
They're well positioned in the market because the other card rooms in San Diego, well, they're just a long drive away. You have to deal with parking in a garage and a big walk through a Smokies casino. Not at 7 Mile. Not only is it close, you park, you walk right in, you're sitting down at one of their tables right away and playing. Please check it out. This weekend will be a great time to do it. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Tier 1s, don't forget, tomorrow is the day. This hour on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by Moneyline Sports HQ. Check out North County's newest sports bar and restaurant, Moneyline Sports HQ. 30 TVs, 2 patios, arcade games, great food, local beers, and a family-friendly vibe. It is 345 South Coast Highway 101 between Encinitas Boulevard and D Street. And the three of us will be there tomorrow at 6 o'clock to watch some baseball. San Diego, LA with giveaways, including a Jackson Merrill signed jersey. Looking forward to seeing as many tier 1s as possible out. And it is, I went by again. It's the spot where, like where Lucadia Pizzeria is. That area. Used to be El Cajon a long time ago. Mexican restaurant with the patios and everything. Yeah.
I went to that place. That was like one of my first 3 meals in San Diego.
Was it? Yeah. So that's where Moneyline is if you know Encinitas. And hopefully we'll see a bunch of tier 1s out there tomorrow night. Before we get into Michael King, just quickly, there was some limited action yesterday. Padres were off, but there were a few games in Major League Baseball. And remember, you asked me, who should we be cheering for?
Yes, sir.
Every single result came out the way you'd want it to if you're a San Diego Padres fan.
That's how we do it.
Including the Washington Nationals stepping up and beating the Philadelphia Phillies 3-2. With the loss, the Phillies dropped to 69-52. Which is also the record of your San Diego Padres. And if you go deep enough in the tiebreakers, they split the season series.
Yep.
But an intra-divisional record, technically at this moment, Padres now hold the number 2 seed in the National League.
Love it.
And would get a bye in the first round of the playoffs.
Are we
into the divisional
tied
series.
for it, or we own it?
Well, we're tied with the Phillies, but they have the
we own the tiebreaker
at the moment. Now that could change. Depending on how you play against your divisional rivals the rest of the way. But at this very moment, Padres own the tiebreaker and are currently the 2nd seed. You also had the Chicago Cubs losing to the Toronto Blue Jays 2-1. So the Cubs are now just a half a game ahead of the Dodgers for the number 1 wild card spot in the National League. And then you also had the Mets losing to the Braves. They have They have blown so many leads lately. I saw like a stat in the last 3 weeks. There are 2 weeks they've blown us 8-run lead, a 6-run lead, a 5-run lead, a 4-run lead, 5 1-run leads, and they did it again yesterday, losing to the Braves 4-3. And now the Mets are just a half game ahead of the Reds for the last playoff spot in the National League. They have really put themselves in a precarious position over this last month and a half of the season.
Good.
The Reds haven't been like playing with their hair on fire
No,
or anything, right?
no.
It's just been the Mets collapsing.
Yep.
Whereas like with the Padres and Dodgers, it was kind of both sides. Like
Yeah.
the Dodgers were playing really bad, Padres were playing really good.
Yeah.
Close that gap.
The leads that have disappeared this year have been pretty staggering, right? And maybe it happens every year, but it doesn't feel like it. I mean, crowning people division champs in June or July is always a dumb exercise. And I see, mostly Dodger fans do it. Howard Cole did it when the Dodgers were 9 games up. Coward Hole, as he's known around these parts, he's a writer. He's writes for Forbes. He's a huge Dodger honk. He's blocked everybody. He tweeted at when the Dodgers were 9 games up, he said, all I can do is laugh. I mean, it's not funny now. It's not funny now. You've completely let it evaporate. Cubs fans thought they had that thing wrapped up. The Phillies a couple of years ago were like, oh my God, who beats these guys? You got to wait to see how it plays out sometimes and just hope your team's not the one that is in the free fall.
It's pretty amazing how just the last 2 weeks have changed our entire perspective
Bananas.
on the Padres. The trade deadline, winning 14 out of 17, catching the Dodgers. 2 weeks ago, I think we all would have been happy. Hey, if I told you now the Padres are going to make the playoffs, you go, great.
Of course.
That's all we're looking for is getting into the playoffs. Now you even look back, you don't even really think about it. The Padres now are 5 games up on the Mets and 5.5 games up on the Reds. And both of those teams would need to catch the Padres, for them to be in danger of missing the postseason. Not one of them, both of them would have to make up 5+ game deficits on the Padres.
And again, not saying it can't happen. It absolutely can. And I think,
but the Padres would have to play pretty poorly the rest of the way for it to happen.
But you're now, like the point I just made too was you've seen some really good teams play very poorly. Dodgers being one of them, Cubs being one of them. There are teams that the Mets being one of them. I mean, it can happen to anyone. And the Mets have a ton of star power. They have a ton of great players. It's just not working out for them right now. So got to be, if you're the Padres, you got to keep your eye on the prize and continue to just play that brand of baseball that you've been playing and let the chips fall where they may. But yeah, the last thing on the planet you want for your team right now is just some big 8, 9, 10, 11 game skid. It just kills you. It just kills you. So anything can happen. It'd be great if we were a week out from the end of the season. We're not. Now we're 6 weeks out. There's a lot can happen. You just said 2 weeks changed our entire perspective. It can go the other way too. So, cross your fingers, blow your bird whistle when you can.
Fair enough. All right. But the Padres did get some bad news and will have to move forward, at least for the time being, without Michael King, just when we were excited about getting him back.
Sure.
Give you an update on what's going on with the Padres pitching rotation right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a 15-minute drive through oil change. Fire crews got the slow lane blocked northbound 5 before SeaWorld Drive. They're handling a brush or encampment fire over to the right shoulder. Accident has cleared on westbound King Freeway before Euclid. Now getting reports of some debris in the slow lane west 905 right before the 805. Before you hit the beach, the mountains, or even the 5 this Labor Day weekend, be road trip ready with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Stay in your car while they change your oil and check your tires, battery, and fluids. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So, yesterday afternoon, seeing the tweet, the news come across from the San Diego Padres that they had placed Michael King back on the injured list with inflammation in his left knee, which is, of course, nothing related to what had put him on the injured list for the last couple months, which was the pinched nerve in his shoulder and the fact that it wasn't firing. That seemed to have been 100% taken care of. Where this knee injury / inflammation happened, we don't really know. I don't remember anything about his 2-inning start of him coming off in
No, it could've
pain
been
or
side
anything
work.
like that.
Yeah.
It could have happened outside of that.
It happened on a jog.
He could have already been. It could have been bothering him going into that from the ramp up, and just working so hard to get back. And he tweaked something and thought it was going to be fine, and it just kind of kept bothering him. And they didn't want him a lot of times. And I'm not trying to downplay this because I have no idea the severity of the injury, and we won't until we hear from the team later today. Maybe Eric Grupner knows something about it, but I would imagine we'll get our first update this afternoon from Mike Schilt. And sometimes it's simply he's really kind of okay, but we don't want him to do anything to change his throwing mechanics that could hurt his shoulder. So we're just going to wait until the knee calms down, and then he can get right back going again. I guess the problem here, Woods, is you wanted to see Michael King have this ramp-up time going into September where he could get back to being, 6-7 inning Michael King. And now this just pushes that timeline back at least another 2 weeks.
Do the math for me, if you would, while I bloviate on this, because I did see a lot of anger yesterday. And I think it was misguided. I think it was a little bit misplaced. Guys are going to get injured. They're going to get a little bit banged up. Now, I understand he's been on the shelf for a long time, but something funky could have happened when he went out to throw his bullpen and he twisted his knee and he's like, oh no, I should be fine. Let's see how it plays out the next couple days. It's not fine. Retroactive IL. I'm not super upset by this. This is a guy that's thrown 57 and 2/3 innings for us. I'm not worried about a guy that hasn't helped us win a ton of ball games this year. We have found a way to win without Michael King this season for the majority of the season. So in my mind, nothing really changes. And I don't want it. That's what I'm saying is I'm not getting ahead of myself saying, great, now he's not going to be ramped up for the playoffs. Honestly, man, in the playoffs, you need Michael King for 4 innings. You really do. We talked about it. We talked about all the off days that are going to be employed. You're good. If Michael King can go out and throw you 4 innings in a playoff game, you're fine. Anything more? Fantastic. But Michael King's been in the league a long time. I know he hasn't been a starter for a long time, Ben, but I have confidence that if this knee inflammation goes down and he gets whatever, a PRP shot or whatever he does to get his knee right, to calm the inflammation down, I have in barring any other setbacks until the playoffs, he'll be ready. He's a gamer. He's a ball. I had a guy yesterday who was like, man, he's made out of glass. And I'm like, man, I don't look at him. He's not an Anthony Rendon type. He's not a guy that wants to avoid the field. In fact, I would go the complete opposite. That dude loves to compete for the San Diego Padres. He loves it. He wants to be out there. He's
very aggressive in his rehab.
Very
and
aggressive.
To get back.
100%.
More even than the training staff wanted him to be. Okay, so I think the math you want to know, and it is telling a little bit. So the Padres placed him on the injured list retroactive to August 11th. That was Monday.
And it's a 15-day.
It's
right?
15 days, which means he would be eligible to return on Tuesday, August 26th, when the Padres are in Seattle. Now, these things are not always the minimum. However, what I did find interesting was that the Padres waited until yesterday to do this move. They can only retroactive it, I think, 4 days, because he pitched on Saturday. So had they done the move earlier in the week, they could have made it retroactive to Sunday, which leads me to believe that they were hopeful and optimistic that he would be able to make this start. Like they knew he was dealing with something, but felt like, I think he's going to be okay, or there's a good chance he's going to be okay, so let's wait on it. And then they finally realized, it's not recovering as fast as we'd like. Let's make the move now.
This is not a good idea.
Yeah, it was more like, so it wasn't like a certainty, like, oh no, we know he's not making his next start. Had they done that, they could have made the move earlier in the week and made it even more retroactive to Sunday, not Monday.
And not pitched Randy Vasquez on Sunday.
Right.
So
this in
it
some
feels
ways is either a surprise or overly cautionary, just based on the circumstances.
I really just think, if this is, again, calms down and he can get back on August 26th, as you said, that still gives him, how many starts would he get from then until the playoffs start?
5 or 5, yeah.
Okay. Plenty. That's plenty
Probably
of
more
starts.
than that. Probably like 6, 7, 8
starts. No, because there's only 41 games. So
he's going to
be out for another 2
able to get
weeks.
6 would be
maybe
the most.
6.
5 seems most reasonable.
If
he's at 2 weeks.
If he gets 5 starts, that is more than enough time for him to get sharp and crisp for this playoff run. That's it.
Right.
I mean, 4 to 5 starts is plenty.
People are saying, well, they're trying to keep him, strong going into the postseason. I don't think that that's the case. He's had
rested.
plenty of time off.
Yeah.
I think my worry would be, well, what if it gets pushed back another week or two? Then he's
somewhat. A little bit
now
dicey.
You're only getting 1 or 2 or maybe a 3 at most before the playoffs. And
but
I'd like to see
how
him
many
get
has
a little more than
Darvish
that.
had since he got back? Like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like he's ramped
he's
up?
at 6 now, and it took him.
But he's also
kind of
15 years older than Michael King with a lot more mileage on his arm, right? So I again, if he gets, let's say conservatively, he gets 4 starts to be ready for the playoffs. Playoffs, by the way, which you need to go 4 innings.
Yeah.
That's it.
He should be ready.
He should be fine. So again, I think I certainly don't want to personally attack Michael King and think that he's ducking or dodging competing, because we know Michael King. You know better when you say stuff like that. You know better. He wants to pitch. And I'm sure he's also in a walk year. You'd have to be a real moron to be like, nah, I don't want to pitch in a walk year. I mean, for real. So think it through. He's going to be okay. Hopefully that works out. And hey, listen, if you don't have Michael King in the playoffs, you figure it out. We haven't had Michael King for most of the season. He's thrown 57 innings. All right. I don't want to act like this is Fernando Tatis Jr. going down, or, somebody that like Nick Pivetta, like that to me would be 10 times more frustrating, because Nick Pivetta, has been a guy that you could count on every 5 days this season. So I'm just not going to get too upset about it right now.
So what are the Padres going to do tonight, though?
Tonight's the interesting story.
They activated Randy Vasquez from AAA. They brought him back up from AAA when they placed Michael King on the injured list, but they did not name him as the starter. They kept it as TBD, to be determined, for tonight's game, which led to some speculation that either they could move up their rotation, they would all be on regular rest. It would just be Dylan Cease on his normal 4 days, then you Darvish, Nestor Cortez, Nick Pivetta because of yesterday's off day, and then you could worry about a starter on next week. Or you could start with an opener, give the Dodgers like a left-handed look to start the game, and then bring in Randy Vasquez after you get through their MVPs at the top of the order, pitch him through the lineup one time and then the second time, and then pull him out before Shohei and Freddie Freeman get a second look at him, hopefully somewhere in the 5th or 6th inning, and then you just go to your bullpen after that. It's possible they're thinking that way. If you were, you'd want a lefty, obviously, as your opener, which leaves you with 3 options. You could go really aggressive and bring in Adrian Morejon to start the game, but the drawback on that, and we've talked about it with openers, and the reason why teams don't do that is, what if Adrian Morejon pitches and you didn't have a good game anyway? Well, then you just used a high leverage arm for no reason at all. So they generally go with lesser leverage arms, which leaves you with Wandy Peralta or Yuki Matsui. I don't know how confident you feel about, Yuki in the first inning. I think he's had some success against those guys, but is that who you really want there? The first look of this big series to be against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the top of the first inning. So I think if they were going to go with an opener, it would probably be Wandy, who has actually pitched quite well.
I would love it.
The last couple of months.
Just give me those first 3. Give me those first 3, and we'll call it a day. Get Randy in for the second to go through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you go to your bullpen. But again, what can you do off Clayton Kershaw? That really dictates everything. What can you do as an offense off of Clayton Kershaw? You can make this game, no matter who the starter is. Your offense is performing pretty well right now. You get first licks tonight. You go score 4 off Kershaw in the first, Benny. It changes a lot.
I'll tell you what, Clayton Kershaw has certainly had his share of success against the Padres,
no doubt,
over the years,
and he's been great.
I like this version of the Padres lineup.
Me too.
With Ramon Laureano and Freddie Fermin, a lot better than I did what the Padres lineup looked against Kershaw a few weeks ago. I'm not saying that they can own Kershaw, but as a older starting pitcher, the Padres lineup is likely a fairly difficult ask for someone who has to grind. There's no lanes anymore. Okay, if I can just grind through these 5 batters.
First 5 hitters,
okay,
6, 7, 8, 9.
I know I've got a bit of a window here where I can I don't have to be as precise, whatever. I don't have to reach back quite as much. You can't do that now against the Padres lineup. You've got to be on your game all the way through, and that's a grind, especially for a pitcher later in his career. I'd say the same thing about, a Padres pitcher facing this lineup. That's one of the nice things. I think they're better served now to go up against a guy like Clayton Kershaw tonight than they would have been a month ago.
Yeah, and I mean, he really has had, much to my surprise, an outstanding season. I don't know why I'm surprised. Probably just the mileage, and the injury, and I think he injured a toe, and they kept him out for 3 months. Again, pretty smart. A healthy Clayton Kershaw in June, July, August, September is better than Clayton Kershaw at age 40 or whatever, going out 37, going out and throwing starts in April and May for you. You didn't need it. Everybody knew that's what you were doing. I'm sure he could have gone in April, May, or June. He didn't. Smart by them. I don't think this is the same strategy being employed by the San Diego Padres. And if it was, I don't think it would be Michael King that would get the rest, because he's had plenty of rest. He's only got 57 and 2/3 innings on his arm this year. But again, I have a lot of confidence in this team. Even if tonight goes south, I still like our chances at least making it competitive. But what can you do off Clayton Kershaw if you're the offense in the first inning? And I don't know the strategy they're going to employ tonight, Benny. I don't. You may just throw Randy Vasquez out there, and he pitched well against the Dodgers. He did. Read his stats.
Both of his starts against the Dodgers this season in June in back-to-back games. Randy Vasquez was good. 4 2/3, a very Randy Vasquez, no runs, and I think 5 innings and 3 runs, or 4 2/3 and 1 run and 5 innings and 3 runs. He was absolutely serviceable against the Los Angeles Dodgers both times he faced them back in June.
Yeah, maybe that's what they do. Schulte he's pretty traditional. I wish today would be a great day to talk to Schulte, but we'll have him next week. He's pretty traditional, right? Like he does it like, well, this is my starter, and we have a starter down, and I'm going to throw another starter in, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. And if the Pods get down early tonight, which is okay, they get down early, fine. Don't chase it. Do what you've been doing. Don't change a thing because it's the Dodgers. Don't get cute and run Adrian Morejon out there in the first inning and then go immediate attack bullpen to try to win the first game of a series. You're going to be facing these guys 6 times and probably in the playoffs. Slow down a little bit, relax, just see what happens. Let the chips fall where they may. Trust your offense. Trust Randy Vasquez to go get the job done. And if he doesn't, you regroup and you figure it out tomorrow.
And Randy is on normal rest tonight. He pitched Sunday, so 4 days rest. He only pitched 68 pitches. They weren't good, but I would have been shocked
if they were.
Had Randy gone down in his first start in AAA after he's been pitching huge ball games for the Padres all year that he twirled a gem, for the El Paso Chihuahuas in his first game at AAA.
Right.
He's probably working on some stuff, being careful with his arm. I'm not too worried about the results of a AAA start on Sunday.
Mr. B says he needs King to pitch several games in the minors before he comes back. You don't.
Why?
He does not need to go down and throw 3 starts in El Paso, which can only hurt him. Again, you're taking them at their word, right? And that can be, some fans won't do that. If you're taking them at their word and it's knee inflammation, the arm is fine. If the arm is fine, great.
All right, coming up next, you remember this from back in spring training.
We mean what we say. We're not backing away from the plan to try to win a World Series championship, and we're doing everything we possibly can, putting every resource we can into fielding a competitive team that can compete for that championship.
As they like to say on the internet, how's it going now? Not bad. We will be chatting with the CEO of the San Diego Padres on a Friar Friday. Eric Grupner will join us coming up next. Don't go away, Padres fans. Bennett Woods continuing on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. You know me, Woods. I like to downplay things a little bit.
Yes.
But let's be honest. This feels like a really big day and a big weekend in San Diego. I think next weekend
it's a big month, man.
Going to feel really big too, and you can't really deny it when the Padres and the Dodgers meet. It's always huge. But meeting in a showdown for first place this late in the season, haven't seen something like this in 15 years in America's finest city. So I'd imagine that things are very exciting at Petco Park. And joining us right now on a Friar Friday to talk all about it, the CEO of the San Diego Padres, Eric Grupner, with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Good morning, Eric. How excited is the building there right now?
It's shaking, boys. We're ready. We got 41 to go, and there's going to be some special moments here at Petco Park down the stretch and into the postseason. So it's a great time to be a Padres fan.
You know, Eric, there's been so many special moments over the last few years. We've talked about it on our program a lot. They've delivered. You guys have delivered a lot of special moments, and obviously the big one, right? That's the one that everybody wants. And, last year certainly got close. This year certainly feels close. I know there's a lot of games to go. Nobody's patting themselves on the back yet. But for you guys, how hard is it for you, the CEO, to stay kind of in the moment with what's going on in just the next 10 days or so, and then also having to look towards, next year in the future?
Yeah, I think it's always a balanced view as we look out over the coming years. And really, and I said this, and I know you played a little bit of a clip a moment ago from spring training, but, nothing's changed. We are pursuing a strategy over an extended period of years where our plan is to consistently play playoff and hopefully championship caliber baseball. This isn't a one and done approach. It never has been. It's about building something sustainable for the long term around a talented core of veteran players that we've committed to and locked up for the long term, and then continually adding pieces around that core that in the aggregate can, produce a championship for San Diego. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're going to continue to do for years to come. And it's just really, I think, edifying to be at this point in the season. AJ had an outstanding trade deadline. And we feel really good about the reinforcements that we brought in, the way we've rounded out the roster. We feel like with 41 to go and a postseason after that, we've got as good of an opportunity this season as we've had in the last 15 years, as you mentioned, to go win a World Series championship. And now we got to stay healthy. We'll continue to get our support that we get from our fans, which is just unbelievable at Petco Park. And they're the unsung heroes. I mean, that our fan base is what has allowed us to consistently pursue a championship in this market. But for their consistent support, we couldn't be at the payroll level that we've been at, that we continue to be at, top 10 payroll in baseball, which gives us a legitimate shot year in and year out to win a championship. So all thanks to our fans, and we're incredibly grateful for them. We're going to need them down the stretch more than ever. We're going to need them at Petco Park, especially with these, key division games against the Dodgers and the Giants coming up. We need them in their seats, bringing that energy that our team feeds off of. And I know they're going to do that. We can count on them, and, we're just incredibly grateful.
Yeah, I don't think that's even a concern. I mean, people are just rabid. We see it in our chat every day. We see it on the phone lines. We see it in the streets. I mean, people are rabid for this team. And I wanted to ask you about your general manager, because you talked about the trade deadline he had. Peel the curtain back, if you could, like your role in that, 5-6 days, and I know it goes on longer than that, but your role in that, do you just kind of sit back with your arms crossed and say, let this guy do his thing? I mean, what does it look like when he is putting those deals together that day? Because it was frenetic, to say the least.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I get the privilege and the opportunity to be a part of the decision-making process and really sit behind the scenes in the days that lead up to what eventually becomes known publicly. So it felt frenetic. And I think AJ has spoken a bit about this, but, several days before the deadline, we really had those trades all lined up.
Yeah.
Now, things, I've been in that room, for over a decade now, and things don't always go to plan. it's a competitive business. You've got other teams that are trying to oftentimes acquire the same player that you're trying to acquire in a trade. And so you don't really ever know until it's done. You've got medical review. Sometimes things can come up in medical review that change the deal, and you have to figure out how to get over that issue. So it's never done till it's done. But I think what AJ did really a masterful job of was lining up sequentially multiple trades. And so when it came time to execute, that's just the culmination of days, weeks of effort. Our pro scouting, advanced scouting group that was out watching a lot of those players in the weeks leading up to the deadline, a lot of discussion. There was a seminal moment the day before the deadline with John Seidler, AJ, and myself out on the patio outside of the auditorium where we meet for the war room. And AJ walked us through, here's how it's going to come together, and this is what we're looking to do. And there was a gut check moment that involved, the decision on Leo DeVries. And that's not an easy decision to make for any organization. But to the credit of John Seidler and AJ, and I was supportive as well when my opinion came time to voice it, was, look, we're in it to win it. And we want a championship, and we want it this year. And we believe that AJ and his team can continue to replenish our farm system as they've done year in and year out. And for the focus on a championship, you got to put your money where your mouth is. And sometimes that means parting ways with a top prospect to get back the type of depth and complementary pieces that you saw us add at the deadline. So we let AJ cook. He's gotten better every year as he's been in that chair. And, he has really a tremendous skill set when it comes to creatively putting together trades. He's got a great team around him, but, there needed to be sign off at the top, and that sign off came. And it came in unity and focus on winning a championship.
I'll admit, Eric, as the trades were coming kind of down one by one, I think both of us were going like, I don't know about this.
Oh, of course.
What are they doing? But then when you see them all as a whole, and I think it was so important now, learned a little bit more about Freddie Fermin and knowing, the control and the idea that he'll be here for years to come, that Ramon Laureano, you could pick up an option on him and bring him back next year. And it all started to kind of come together. And how important was it in that decision-making process, knowing it wasn't just for 2 months that some of these players, many of them acquired, Mason Miller, were going to be part of what you believe to be competitive teams for the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, it was a huge criteria in the decision. And, to your earlier question about our focus, we're all in on winning a championship this year. We're going to be all in on trying to win a championship next year as well. And to do that, you have to have players under control, complementary pieces to that veteran core that I mentioned a while ago that, we committed to over a period of years. And so, you look at Freddie Fermin, he's a guy that, we really like and we've liked for quite some time, and, was sort of stuck behind Salvador Perez in Kansas City. And, he's a great game caller who really controls the running game about as well as any catcher in baseball. He can really catch and throw, but he's also, he's also a weapon at the plate. And, you look at what he's done since he's joined us, relatively small sample size, but I think you've seen consistently good at bats. He's batting .355 with nearly a 900 OPS since he's joined us. Then you look at Ramon Laureano, who you mentioned. We've got a couple of club options on him that you would really look quite attractive right now based on the way he's been playing for the Padres. And, Ryan O'Hearn, a couple of great depth pieces. But Laureano has just been raking. Hitting .333 with a 400 on base percentage and over 1,000 OPS since the trade. I think you've seen his left field defense really round out what is one of the most skilled outfield defensive cores in baseball, with Tatis in right and Jackson in center, and now Laureano in left. His ability to catch and throw the ball within like a second is unbelievable. I don't know that I've ever seen a guy no crow hop, right? Like he catches the ball in one movement, turns around, and it's back into the infield. So, huge defensive upgrade there. And then, as you mentioned, Mason Miller, to have 4 years of control for Mason Miller, really a guy at the back end of the bullpen who's just a strikeout machine and elite and electric. I mean, to have both he and Suarez at the back end of the bullpen shortens the game along with the rest of the bullpen in a way that you have to in modern playoff baseball, right? You know, your starter's probably not going to go more than 4 or 5 innings. Certainly probably not going to see a lineup a third time through. You got to get to your bullpen. And as we did last year, building a super pen with Tanner Scott and others that we acquired, Jason Adam, you know, you can never have too good of a bullpen when the postseason rolls around. So feel really good about where we're at there. And, you know, feel really good about the years of control we have on a number of those guys. So, you know, couldn't be happier with where we sit right now with the trade deadline and how it's played out. But, you know, we got to keep playing baseball at the level that we've been at. We got 41 games to go. We got an incredible home field advantage when it comes to playing at Petco Park. Could not be in a better spot, but that doesn't guarantee anything. We got to go out and get it. We got to take it. It's not going to be given to us.
Talking to Eric Krupner, and Eric, I have no idea if you can answer any of this, but after the news we got yesterday, I'm sure Mike Schilt will address it. Can you say anything about Michael King and the injured list, the knee injury, anything that you can update for our Tier 1 listeners?
Yeah, I heard a little bit of the discussion you guys were having earlier, and, you know, there certainly are sometimes moves made across the league that cause you to scratch your head a little bit, where it feels like, you know, there might be a player who's put on the IL, you know, strategically and not necessarily because, you know, he's as limited physically as they might indicate. That is not what's going on here. Unfortunately, you know, cartilage issue in the knee with Michael that really acted up in the last few days and swelled up on him. The good news is, you know, there's not structural damage in a way where, you know, we think he's going to be limited once he comes back. It's just getting the knee to calm down, you know, getting some of that extra fluid out of there. And then, you know, we feel confident that at least as to the knee, he's going to be in a really good spot to return when the IL stint is done. So it is a knee. It was unfortunate for him to have a setback after, you know, what he dealt with this year. But on the whole, it's the best possible version of what that injury could have been. And we feel confident he's going to come back strong and be ready to contribute down the stretch because we're going to need him.
You know, Eric, there's always the great unknown with anything in life, and baseball's no different. You know, the rumors of the lockout and the work stoppage potentially coming. And, you know, listen, this is high level stuff. It's way out of my lane. But for you guys having to potentially prepare for things like that, does that hinder for you, you know, your ability to move forward as a CEO? Like I've got a couple people asking like, hey, is there any update on a Padres TV deal? You know, those things they're tough to come by, number one, these days. But how does that hinder you knowing, hey, we have this kind of large looming issue that's out there? Does that need to be resolved first, or how does that work?
Yeah, you know, I do see that commentary from time to time. You know, the question asked of when are we going to get a TV deal? We have a TV deal. We have a TV deal with MLB Media, and we are generating, I promise this to the fans, we are generating the maximum possible revenue we can in our market at this time in our partnership with MLB Media. We are the smallest media market in baseball. We never use that as an excuse. You know, we have a top 10 payroll. We have incredible fan support. We're very grateful for that. We are maximizing the very best we can get out of our current situation. You know, you mentioned the, you know, labor negotiations that are going to be coming up with the new CBA. There is a lot that goes into our long-term strategic plan around media that I'm not at liberty to discuss publicly. I will just say, yeah, I will just say that there are no bidders out there right now for our local media rights. You know, there was a bankruptcy with Sinclair. You know, our contract was terminated.
Yep.
That was not a decision that was, you know, ours to make. We pivoted, made the very best of the situation. The silver lining is that we've significantly increased distribution of our games. So our fans can now watch our games more places than they ever could before. You know, the three of us had a conversation about that in the wake of it happening. You know, we've had our games available via streaming in market without local market blackout, which was not something we traditionally made available. And we added an OTA package this year with 10 games where our games are on everywhere. we are ahead of budget. We're generating more revenue than we thought that we would through MLB Media, and we're doing everything we can to get every last dollar out of that. We're going to keep doing that. And there's a lot of hope on the horizon that things could get even better, significantly better for us when it comes to media revenue. I can't discuss that right now, but there's a lot of things we're working on for the intermediate and long term that I think would really excite Padres fans. And among other things that could come together could make the Padres even more competitive than we have been historically, even over the last 5 years, relative to all other Major League Baseball teams. So we're on it. Nobody wants it more than we do in terms of long-term stability and more revenue. But in the interim, we fight and we claw every day. We sell our own ads. We took that on. We're generating every last dollar we can, and it all goes back into this team and payroll to try to win a championship.
And the Banana Pudding Fund has got to be, at some point, it's got to be.
You and that pudding, man.
Woods really enjoyed his birthday surprise. Eric.
I did, and somebody did DM me and said, "Have you gotten a cut yet?" And I said, "No, I don't need it. My cut is all the banana pudding I can eat, Eric." So if you tell me next year, we can't sign this free agent, we can't re-sign O'Hearn, I'm going to go, I don't know. We moved a lot of banana pudding out at Petco Park this year, so it just sounds like an excuse to me at this point. But we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Don't get rid of the pudding, by the way. Don't make it. Just don't. It's not a 1 year special. Leave them wanting more. This should be a staple, like a hot dog and a Cracker Jack. I just want to get that out there while I have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
No, the banana pudding's outstanding.
That's outstanding.
You got a full.
I did.
A full batter's helmet, not the mini helmet, but the full helmet.
Yeah,
the full giant.
We're trying to get Bruce Bochy to donate a helmet for him to put the banana pudding in.
So good. Thank you.
One last thing for me, because this is just a pure curiosity question, but it's not uncommon now to see celebrities at Padres games. Kawhi Leonard, Emma Stone, whoever. Shakira was at the game recently. How does that work when like a mega star wants to come to a game? Do they contact you? Do they just buy tickets on the website and
you're not a mega star? He's not going to do that. He's not going to roll that out for you.
Because I thought that was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, sitting down the third baseline is Ben Higgins.
That was pretty cool. That actually came together last minute. So her agent reached out to us. I had her in my suite with a couple of her kids, some friends, and they had their kids with them, and they stayed the very end of the game. It was a walk-off and extras. They were super dialed into the game. They had a blast. They were loving the Padres gear that we gave them, and she was really sweet and just, very down to earth for obviously being an international music superstar. So yeah, her agent reached out. That's how it happened. So Ben, if you want to have your agent reach out, we'll be waiting for the call. And
he never calls us.
Yeah,
our agent, we never hear from him.
Never hear from him.
Kind of a waste of time.
Yeah. But on the topic of international music stars,
yes.
Before we break for today, I want to make sure I get this one in. So Jose Iglesias, aka Candelita, is going to be playing a show with La Adictiva September 25th at Gallagher Square. So we're really excited for that. He's got 3 songs, a couple of them that he plays with La Adictiva, obviously his big hit OMG that dropped last year when he was playing for the Mets. But I think Padres fans, that's not to be missed. Come out September 25th to Gallagher Square to support Jose. And I think you're going to see a lot of Jose's teammates side stage there, for the show as well. So it should be a really cool environment. And if you're looking for something to do on September 25th, come on down to Gallagher Square and enjoy some great music and see these guys, hanging out, supporting their teammate.
Eric, very appreciated the time. I will also say my hips are very honest, just like Shakira.
Stop, please. So sorry. Just let him go.
Go home, Ben.
Got business to do.
Eric, good luck to the Padres rest of the season. We always appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. See you guys soon. Take care.
Eric Grupner, CEO of the San Diego Padres, with us here. That was interesting, especially what he couldn't say, but did say kind of at the end when you asked him about, the potential future revenue stream that
working
could be coming.
on things. What are
You know,
things?
I like
We
that.
don't know.
You know,
It's very radio of him.
I can
It's
make some
very
guesses.
radio.
Hell of a
but
tease.
I can make some guesses, but that was interesting, and I think fairly positive news. Overall for the San Diego Padres potentially.
Yeah, it's a very radio thing to do. Or you'll see the maybe the failed radio host tweet out big things coming soon. All right, let me know when your podcast lands, my friend.
All right, we need to take a timeout. We'll catch you up a little bit behind. Get to maybe a don't do this story or two when we come back. Keep it quick because we got Darren Smith at the bottom of the hour as well.
We'll talk about the Falcons' new quarterback, and he is an interesting one. Very, very, very interesting.
Very interesting. That's coming up after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to tell you about sdfatloss.com. It's how I lost 40 pounds in 60 days back in the summer of 2023. And the best news, kept the weight off this entire time. For 2 years, I've kept the weight off thanks to their sustainable strategies that they taught me. Helped me lose the weight fast, up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of my body weight in just 60 days. It can work for you as well. It's worked for my colleagues. Chris Ella lost 37 pounds. Matt Scraby, 40 pounds. Tony Gwynn Jr. is doing the program, too. I don't know how much weight he's lost, but he looks solid right now. John down the hall, John Flint, take on John. He lost 30 pounds. You can do it as well. So many tier ones have joined the sdfatloss.com community. It's all based on real foods, not shakes or bars or mixes. There's no injections, no exercise necessary. You can find out for yourself by getting a free consultation on the website at sdfatloss.com. If you sign up, get $200 off here in the month of August. It's just an added incentive to do something you should already be doing. Prioritize your health, lose the weight, and do it fast with sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Fan.
All right, thanks again to Padres CEO Eric Grupner for joining us. Let's get to an abbreviated edition here of Don't Do This. It's brought to you by Trust and Will. Don't leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info.
Well, let's go really, really quickly. We have the GOAT, Darren Smith, coming up at 7:35. So Savannah CBS yesterday, the CBS affiliate WTOC, Ben. Well, they had put up a little quick interview with Michael Penix Jr., except when they punched it up to put it on the screen, they misspelled Penix. They wrote penis, Penis. That's penis. Michael Penis Jr.
It's an unfortunate autocorrect, maybe.
No.
Somebody working on their iPhone.
It could be.
Autocorrect?
It could.
Maybe.
But also the X and the S
They're
are
close.
right next to each other.
Yeah.
They're close. S is above the
Right
X.
above the X. So it could have been a slip of the finger and then not corrected on autocorrect because it is a word.
It is a word.
It's pretty embarrassing.
It stayed up, the entirety of his interview. He's there talking in his little press conference there, and they put penis up there instead.
And I don't know who's to blame. I know at our TV station, the reporters and the anchors, like I put in my own graphics for the story. So I type those in myself, the names, like who they are, the identifier underneath. So that's my responsibility to make sure it's accurate when it goes on the air.
So have you ever booted one?
I mean, in 20 years, yeah, there's been like a misspelling, nothing like that. But I'm like known for my accurate graphics.
You're known for it.
Yeah, I mean,
by who?
It's
the accurate graphic guy. Oh my God!
You like the keynote speaker at Journalism Camp
at Accurate Graphics Inc.
All right, you're making it sound more grandiose than it is.
You're making it.
You all know him as
from Channel 10,
our friend and yours,
and 97.3 The Fan, the Accurate Graphic King, Ben Higgins.
People in New York are like, oh my God, he's here!
He's here! The AGK. The Accurate
the producers
Graphic
at our station feel
I'm known
very
for it.
confident that they don't have to do a lot of double checking
With you.
of my graphics with me because
you're
take
known
care
for.
Yeah, and I will put typos all the time. Like in my scripts when I'm reading them, I know I'm going to change that in my mind when I'm reading it. I don't care. Occasionally, no one's going to see that. But on graphics, I type it in slowly. I look at it, and then I call it up to double check and verify that, okay, is this exactly what I want to state? Now, occasionally you are in a hurry, and you're rushing to get something on the air, and you do get a misspelling. But that also then has to be seen. Someone in the booth put that up as well. Like, does this look right? Does anyone notice that this says
right?
Doesn't
Penis.
say penix, it says penis.
Penis.
Like, there are people and procedures in place to catch that before it goes on the air, even if there was a misspelling or a autocorrect failure somewhere.
That joke for him. He's had that made about him 7 billion. Hey, look, it's Michael Penis. All right, I get it. Michael, yeah, so close. Michael Penis, I get it. You are, as he's kind of Chris. You are more Ron Burgundy every day. You talking to the new news girl. I'm actually known for my accurate graphics here.
I didn't watch a ton of Seinfeld, but the episode where he couldn't remember the girl's name, only that it reminded.
Oh, Mulva. Yes. God,
it
was a female body anatomy. Mulva was so good. Dolores. Incredible. Michael Penis Jr. Yeah, let's wrap it up because we got D. Smith next.
All right, and that is
sorry
just
for the quick
one quick don't do this for a Friday.
Double don't do this for you, just for the hell of it.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we get plenty of time for D. Smith, Darren Smith. We'll talk SDFC and Padres with us in his regular Friday chat. Coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
Yeah, somebody had asked me, or somebody put in the chat yesterday, what's that water company the Woods was talking about? I don't know how you could miss it. It's Eco Water, right? I've been telling you about it for many, many years now. You hear it all over the radio station, proud partner of 97.3 The Fan, and something that we have in our home that we use every single day. My Eco Water system is like my favorite thing in my house, and it's just incredible. So they've been doing this since 1925. That's why we trust them. It's not just about the delicious water that you get to drink from every single tap in your home that you get to shower in. It's about the hard water that's flowing through your pipes as well. If you have hard water, you know exactly the end of your faucet is green and caked with stuff. Doesn't exist anymore when you get the Eco Water system put in your home. They really are good at this, and then your skin feels better, your hair is softer, your pets drink better water, your kids are healthier, all of it. It's just next level. It is bottled quality water straight from your tap every time. So give them a call today at 760-350-3338. Have them come out, do a free in-home water test for you. You'll be amazed at what you find. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water for now just $9.95 a month. Go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925. Eco Water, your water should be perfect.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
This hour on 97 Through the Fan is brought to you by Park 101 Multi-Level Sports Bar and Restaurant at the Carlsbad Village. Park 101 Sports Bar and Restaurant in Carlsbad. Catch the game with your fellow faithful this weekend as we beat L.A. while sipping 22 ounces of Estrella Jalisco out of a souvenir bat. Park 101 Carlsbad Village, proud sponsor of the Padres Radio Network. All right, Darren Smith is standing by. Another big road weekend for SDFC. We'll talk Padres baseball as well. All coming up after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. Accident has cleared on northbound 805 before Market Street, so speeds are looking pretty good there. Watch out for some trash debris on the Mission Bay Drive on-ramp to southbound 5. Other than that, we're looking at a pretty problem-free ride, except if you are heading over to Coronado, looks like you're going to have plenty of company. That bridge backed up full span at this time. Before you hit the beach, the mountains, or even the 5 this Labor Day weekend, be road trip ready with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Stay in your car while they change your oil and check your tires, battery, and fluids. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And it is that time on a Friday to welcome our friend Darren Smith back here to 97.3 The Fan and Ben & Woods. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Ben Woods, Paul.
Hey,
How
buddy.
are we today?
We're well,
We're
man.
good.
How about you?
Doing well. I'm just double checking to see that my name is spelled correctly.
Yes.
On the font
There
there.
are.
Trying to think
No shenanigans whatsoever.
how we
here.
could butcher that.
Smythe.
Yeah.
Darren Smythe. Darren Smith,
Yeah.
more like Darren S. Word. We could just put
Yeah,
Darren.
that's what it was when I was a kid.
You do
Once
have,
Was it
everybody
really?
figured out
You do
that
have
word,
all
that
the
was
letters
one,
in
yeah.
there. I never even
Yeah.
noticed that.
Did they call you Darren S?
Correct.
No
Yes.
way.
Yes, that was traumatizing. Thank you for taking me back to this really, really dark place. But yes, once kids figured that word out, that was the one that really was the most
Wow.
common for me. Not that they were the most creative children on planet Earth, but
No.
yes, that was actually the one.
I mean, you literally
Incredible.
have, at least stereotypically, whether it's statistically or not, but
Right.
the most common last name possible in this country.
That's right.
You're a Smith.
Smith.
Right.
How do you
right.
feel-
Which is
how do you
odd
feel
because
about
I don't
that?
know anybody like named Smith.
Really?
And everybody, like when you meet somebody, it seems like it's a rarely odd thing. Do you guys? There are a lot of Smiths in your
Worked
ecosystem.
with
They're
Steve
not-
Smith for
not
20
mine.
years. Yeah.
I know
they-
like I know like 10 or 12 Smiths off the top
Oh, really?
of my head. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
don't- I
buddy
don't know. I
Mike.
mean, I always sat next to the Smith in class.
Yeah, of
so,
course.
We always would, but there was usually one or two. But outside of family, I really don't have that many of them. Steve Smith, though, like
Yeah,
you said, North
love
County.
Steve
Yeah,
Smith.
former third base coach, Phillies.
And
Oh,
there's
there
a
you
lot of
go.
Steve Smiths, wide receiver Steve Smith all over the place. So let's
Yeah.
talk SDFC. Another big win on the road. This team knows how to win away from home. Darren, 5 straight, going for 6 on a Sunday night against San Jose, and that's really been the separator, has it not? That's put them at the top of the table in the Western Conference. These wins away from home.
Yeah, how about all of our first place teams?
That's right.
Yeah, they have been. It's 5 in a row now. 5 on the bounce, as they say in the sport.
Didn't know that.
I mean, I think
either.
it's just a mentality. Like, there's no real reason for it. Like it's not like they have a home field that doesn't lend itself to the kind of results that you can get away. I think it's just a mentality, a fearless mentality of just being dialed in, being connected, really just being fearless. And that's saying something, especially when you're dealing with so many younger players. We saw another debut this past week against Kansas City from Aiden Harangi, who's a 19-year-old who played 90 minutes at right back because Oscar Verhoeven, another 19-year-old, was unavailable. So, they're finding guys that are just sort of fearless, whether it's playing at home or playing 90 minutes, being a sub, being a starter, playing away. So, I do think Mikey's just got them all believing that whatever it takes to win is whatever it'll take and whatever they're willing to do. So, I've enjoyed it, and hopefully that continues again, and we pick up number 6 this Sunday.
D. Smith sitting here at 15 wins for this team is pretty staggering when you look at the record, and then you look at their, as Ben likes to talk about incessantly, their GD, their goal differential. He has told us over and over it's the mark of a great soccer club, and there's his 18 right now. But the team they're playing in San Jose, they can score. They've put up one fewer goal than SDFC, but they give up a ton. De Los Santos. Yeah, with the clean sheet.
He's back now.
He's
right?
back. Yeah, clean sheet last week. Helped that tremendously. But these guys can score. Tell us a little bit what you know about San Jose and what we can expect on Sunday at 4:00.
Yeah, they can score, but they give it up. So I'm actually heading out here when we're done. I'm going to head out to training. And I was going to ask Mikey that exact question. When you're going into a game where you're facing a team that scores almost as much as you do, right?
Yeah.
50 goals for SDFC, 49 for San Jose. Are you thinking, okay, like this is going to be one of these crazy kind of bonkers matches where we have to just go and try to, outscore them? Like it's going to be like crazy 4-3, 3-2, something like that. Or, is the focus on goal prevention, is the goal on continuing to do what you're doing? Since this team gave up 4 to Houston at Snapdragon Stadium, I think that was 5 MLS matches ago. They have not given up a goal in the run of play, meaning that they've given up one on a set piece. They gave up a goal on an own goal, a penalty kick, a couple of clean sheets. So, they've really been dialed in defensively. So, hopefully that's going to travel with you to San Jose. But, I would be looking and going, man, this team scores a bunch. They're going to want to try to just make it one of these crazy high-scoring affairs. And I think SDFC is good with that. I think they're fine. I think if you want to try to slow it down, SDFC will be okay. If you want to try to go goal for goal, SDFC will be okay as well. But, I do look at it. I'm glad that Ben has just converted his passion for run differential into goal differential. I mean, I just feel like that's amazing, and I love everything about that. But I mean, it's probably going to be the difference in the game upcoming this weekend. San Jose's outside looking in. You're going to see them twice here over the next 8 games. So I would think that there's probably going to be just a little bit of craziness between the two sides at some point.
Feels like a Coors Field game. Like it feels like it could get 6-5, which would be great.
Right.
I mean, it's exciting.
They like playing these kind of games. I mean, of course they would rather just shut you down and have another clean sheet added on to the resume, but they're not afraid. They are not afraid. They don't mind mixing it up. If you want to go and get into stoppage time and score 96-minute winners, SDFC is your team.
All right, talking to Darren Smith, let's turn our attention to the Padres. Big weekend next weekend against the Dodgers. And I'm curious, what's your now perspective on this rivalry that has intensified between the two teams? We saw things really heat up the last time the clubs faced with the Robert Suarez, Shohei Ohtani, Fernando Tatis Jr. getting hit, Mike Schilt and Dave Roberts going at it. How much of this has kind of changed your perspective on what these two teams kind of do when they meet each other?
I don't know that it's changed anything. I mean, I think I've always, been aware that, Padres, it's a really, really big day. Like if you don't wake up on days like today and it's not one of the first things that crosses your mind, then I guess we're just different. But I think I feel the same. I mean, I've always known that it's really important for Padre fans when you face off against the Dodgers. And I think it's becoming more important for Dodger fans, try as they might to deny this.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing about the historical rivalry and such, I understand the conversation. I also understand, what it's meant to baseball historically, that it's been Dodgers and Giants. the same way it's been Yankees and Red Sox. But that doesn't mean that the Orioles haven't become one of the more hated teams for the Yankees over stretches of time. And it feels like we're just in one of those. So, as far as it goes, just with the two sides in the present moment, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen tonight. I am. And I think it's a great opportunity for the Padres to go into Dodger Stadium. I love the way they're playing. I certainly love the way the Dodgers are playing right now, too. So, I think it's a great opportunity to go in there and really, you take it to them early in this one. And I keep thinking about that crowd. I keep thinking about the fans that are at Dodger Stadium. All of a sudden, you might turn them against their, I think it's it's going to be another great chapter for what it is that these two teams have done over the last couple of years. I mean, you can't see each other that many times during the regular season and the postseason and not feel like there's something extra to the games that are being played between the two sides. So, it's absolutely there. I'm like truly curious as a fan. My wife's going to Vegas this weekend. So like, how lucky am I? I get all the baseball
solo.
I get I know. I have like the Premier League starts today. La Liga starts today. I got SDFC on Sunday, like Dodgers, Padres all weekend. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I feel bad. I'm leaving for the week. I'm like, no,
it's great. It's not great. I'll miss you,
good.
but
man, I'm just gonna have television on from now until Sunday night. It's gonna be fantastic. But I can't wait to watch it because I do want to see like when last we left off. It was people sort of, grown men in baseball uniforms yelling at each other. And I'm kind of curious to see where it goes from here.
The way Fernando gets that fan base up there, too, on the road,
gets them.
They lose their mind.
They lose their minds, man.
He'll just stick his tongue out and they'll the world will be
Shakes
on fire.
His booty a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
Just gets a little saucy out there. And again,
I do. I mean, I like that.
I do too.
Feel like you can sense it, right? You can hear it from the media up there, like the coping of, maybe this is a good thing. No, it's not a good thing.
I saw it.
Shut up. Stop that.
I saw it.
Not, you know it and we know it. Stop pretending.
I saw it already yesterday. The excuse campaign is rolling out. And I like Alden Gonzalez. I do. I like Alden Gonzalez. I think he's really good at what he does.
Right.
But I watched him be like, man, when you play into October, it's you're more tired. And I'm like, none of those pitchers were even on the roster. They went out, they spent $800 billion. Like, give me a break. And I said, I tweeted, I said, nobody took that into consideration when they picked him to win 120 games, as ESPN did. 120 games.
Best team ever.
Best team ever.
Supposed to be the best team ever.
Right.
I know.
So
I like the other one, and Steve Mason's a former colleague of mine, and ours. And he's like, well, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe this will wake them up. Maybe this has them now realizing that they need to be playing better baseball during the. I'm like, no, maybe they just aren't as. Maybe they're just not dialed in. Maybe there's something systemically wrong there. Maybe there's something that's just off with them. So it seems like there's an awful lot of reaching, and I do. I mean, I would much rather wake up today being the Padres, not just because of the first place. Like I would so much rather wake up today being the Padres than the Dodgers.
No doubt.
I might have to eat these words, and if I do, I do.
That's fine.
I'm sure people
We've
will
all done
this. You guys are magnets for Dodger fans. So
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Especially this guy over here.
I
For sure.
I know you are. So by extension, we all are.
That's right.
Darren, but I do. I love them. I think I love their chances this weekend.
What Steve Mason said, this might wake them up, the Dodgers. And that's one thing that actually concerns me a little bit about this series. Not that they'll be woken up, but Dave Roberts, who you know as well as I have, you've interviewed him a ton of times, and I don't trust him anymore. Though.
No, you can't.
I feel like if things start going poorly for the Dodgers in this series, he's gonna pull something weird to try to get
a great job.
He's gonna pull something weird, because he's done it a number of times now against the Padres in particular, and I feel like things could get a little out of hand, and he's not stopped it any time. The playoffs last year with Manny and the ball, and just everything that's kind of gone on. He may use this in some surreptitious way to try to light that fire under his team.
Yeah, but you know it, and everybody listening knows it, and I know it, and Mike Schultz knows it, and Manny Machado knows it. So, I think from that standpoint, there's been enough of these levers pulled by Dave over the years that it's not going to catch anybody in the visiting dugout by surprise, which is the most important thing, right? And, going in there and getting the wins and winning the series and walking out of Dodger Stadium with the lead in the NL West, that's the most important thing on Sunday. I don't know, it's a great debate about, when is it time to fight? When is it time just to put your head down and keep playing? I mean, I could make the argument either way, but walking out of that stadium on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon with a lead in the NL West, to me, is the top priority. Yep. Not puffing your chest out, not going into the back and forth. And I don't think that the Padres will be caught by any of the shenanigans that potentially come from the Dodgers manager or the Dodgers dugout. So I feel pretty good about them in that standpoint here, that they're not going to get dragged down into whatever it is that we're all thinking the Dodgers are capable of doing this weekend.
Yeah, fool me once, fool me twice, the whole bit. Like you can't play to their level. Well, not their level. They got some real pros on that team. You can't play to his level.
Right.
And that's
By the way, you also have like 5 guys coming out of that bullpen that throw 100 miles per hour.
Right. So, 100%.
Maybe Shohei's like, hey,
settle down, Dave.
Last time, maybe we should just try to win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Not try to pull a bunch of BS here, because I'm the one that ended up getting hit by Robert Suarez, and since then they've added Mason Miller, and now they've got these other dudes. So why don't we maybe take a timeout on that one?
Yep, I agree 100%. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Steve Smith.
Great perspective as always from Darren Smith. Love his takes, talking soccer, talking Padres.
Man, I'm telling you, our buddy Tommy Giannis on Twitter went out and tweeted an old hype video that he had made from years ago. And I'm talking like Austin Hedges in it, Will Myers. And of course they had the incident with Andy Green and Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
And I forgot just how unhinged Dave Roberts was when he ran over. And
insane.
Andy, go look at it again. Let's do it in the next break, Paul. You can run it so people on YouTube can see it. Andy had his back to him, and Dave ran and attacked him from behind, and then they're holding Dave back. Me and you. He did the same thing to Schilt. He's unhinged. He's a travel ball coach at this point when he plays this team. It's personal. I get it. The stuff he pulled with Manny, he's trash. It's a trash move by a trash manager. So you cannot.
It worked.
It worked. That's cannot let it work.
It worked for his team, and there's nothing you can do about it. Whatever psychological games he has to play with his team, he's kind of made him work at least a couple of times. Yep. And I don't know what he's going to try, but it feels like
something.
It feels like they need to try something at this point, which is what worries me about this series just a little bit. The funny thing is,
never trust a snake, dude. Never.
There's tons of pros. Both teams are filled with pros. It's just oil and water.
Right.
I mean, the teams are oil and water.
And there's a lot of respect between those players. A lot. There's a lot of respect between the
still
players.
To come, we got Take on Woods, hour number 3, next here on The Fan.
All right, we're halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. I am Woodsy. That is Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer and the accurate graphics king himself, Benjamin Higgins. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Are you doing good?
Not messed up any graphics today.
Accurately make any graphics lately?
No, yeah. Every day.
Paul, you do a very nice job on our graphics as well.
Very much.
I screw up every once in a while.
Yeah, everybody does.
The old EI thing, I think. IE versus EI can
That's
be
like elementary school.
It is, but it gets people a lot.
I before E, except after C.
I got to double check. Like Eric Grupner, is it EU or UE?
See, I would butcher that, but that's a name. You know, you have to go double check those things all the time.
But weird is weird. WEIRD. It's not after a C.
WEI.
EI, I know. I before E, except after C, but that's after a W. And it's
But
WEI.
it's not WIE. I
know.
before E, except after C.
I know.
Who's right here, me or you?
I am. I mean, weird should be WIERD because it's not after a C, but it's
Are you
not.
questioning-
yeah.
Are you
It's
questioning the
weird.
accurate graphics
graphics
king?
king. I'm like, he's really confused me
A
there.
weird word. I always remember that because I actually lost that on like a spelling bee in 5th grade because I remembered the rule. I said I before E except after C, and this wasn't a C, so I knew weird must be WIERD because it wasn't a C. And they said no, it's WEIRD, and I go, what about I before E except after C? And they go,
Sorry, it sucks to suck.
Doesn't apply to this word. So, great English, thanks a lot.
Thank you, English. K-Laws says, guys, don't worry about it. Spell check has existed for decades. I do wonder, like, you know, my kids are in school, and I do wonder, like, is it a waste of time to teach cursive and not math? You know, you need math, but calculators now. Things are easier than they were. You know, we had an abacus. I remember being in like 2nd grade. We had an actual abacus in our class, sliding. I'm like, I don't know.
No idea how to use that.
No idea. Just like, let's look right.
I could be completely wrong. I think school, like the way they teach certain elements of math, it's all totally different now. So I would hope it's like a more applicable thing. Because I mean, I remember spending 2 months learning the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
Guess how many times I've used it since?
Right.
0.
Do you use pi a lot? 3.14?
Never.
On his
Really?
phone. I put it in the cubby. Put it in the cubby. You're busted. Straight up. What's happening?
I was
Working on
getting
some graphics over there.
other words that were EI.
Nope,
from
don't.
my friend Scott. Neighbor, NEIGHBOR, and way, WEIGH.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, true. Very true.
Wanted to add to the conversation.
But like, back to your point, what's better? What's more important for a kid who's like, call it 3rd, 4th grade? Is it a lesson in cursive, or is it a typing class?
Typing.
100%.
You have to do it. Start them now.
Keyboarding. Yeah.
Keyboarding.
Right.
Yeah, we actually had typing when I was in school. I had typewriter,
keyboarding.
which that's useless
Yeah,
now.
totally.
But keyboarding, yeah, absolutely.
Snowboarding.
Skateboarding, snowboarding, and keyboarding.
Waterboarding. Very important. My kids. That's probably the next step for them. Waterboarding them. If they don't stop fighting each other. It's in the discussion at this point. Because they like to beat the ever-loving. Did your kids fight a lot? Like punching and stuff?
Absolutely. Physical fighting, yeah.
Who was the aggressor? The young one or the old one?
I would say that the young one was less afraid to be the aggressor, maybe like, try to establish himself.
Yeah.
But of course, he was much smaller, so it didn't go well when he was the aggressor.
It's interesting because my oldest one, he's the cheap shot artist. I'll watch them from afar, and I'll watch him do the elbow to the and then the young one hits the wall. Bully behavior.
That's not good.
And like they were racing when we were in Kauai, and they were like running side by side, and I watched my oldest one kind of stick his leg out and tripped his little brother, and his little brother hit the ground hard on his shoulder. I was like, that's a broke. He dislocated. Wow. He's gonna be like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon 2. Every time he wants to, he's gonna slam it into a pole for the rest of his life. I was a wreck. And I said, hey, enough. Like you can't do that stuff. But the little one will just walk up unprompted and just go wham and just punch him in the side of the head.
Direct aggression.
So I kind of get like, I'm gonna get my shots in where I can. It's very difficult. So yeah, waterboarding's not off the table for them. Before anybody calls CPS, I'm not actually going to waterboard my children, but I've thought about it. I'm not going to lie and tell you I haven't thought about it. I've thought about it. I've also thought about just throwing them in the backyard into a ring with boxing gloves and saying, "Good luck, see you later," and may the best child win, because it's getting to the point now where it's like we're at our wits' end. They just beat the crap out of each other all the time. It's good to know that it's normal, though. It happens.
You're gonna build a steel cage,
maybe
in your backyard,
maybe like a bit. No, I just want like a real ring, like a boxing ring. I'd be like, here we go, So they just. Oh my God, it's terrible. Spring Valley Sean says any good parent does think about those things. Well, yeah. How can I quell this behavior? How can I get this behavior to stop? I don't think it will.
It will eventually.
Yes, and then they'll be good buddies.
Yes, they will.
Oh God. Yeah. It's eating at us right now at home. Yeah, which is normal.
And I can't say that you're anywhere near the end. I think you've still got another decade or so.
A decade of
this kind of battling between the two.
A decade. Why can't they just be like buddies, like all the time,
right
buddies,
away,
holding hands,
doesn't work that way.
Cuddling? Because they do have those moments, and it's really sweet when that happens. But most of the time, it's like, hey, enough. Paulie had on the phone the other day. I mean, I'm lighting them up. I'm like, knock it off. It just never, ever ends. But yeah, listen, that's kind of what you hope doesn't happen tonight at Chavez Ravine. You don't want to see any more fisticuffs.
No.
You don't want to see any of the, aggressiveness. Let's be honest, from Dave Roberts. It's a one-sided thing here. It really has been. He has been really the aggressor in a lot of this.
Mike Schilt, I don't think wants any of that in a game.
I don't think he does either. I really don't. And, I think, things get chippy and things get yelled from the dugout. That's pretty standard. But when a manager comes out, and that's now twice, with the Andy Green scene and then this last one with Mike Schilt, where Dave has really, put his hands on a guy, pushed him and, came after Green from behind and come on, me and you after the game. Well, the real tough guy thing, it's tough and nobody wants that. It just doesn't look good. So I think, let's keep this, let's keep it clean tonight and see who wins.
The question is though, and this may be out of everybody's control, not every pitch inside is trying to hit somebody.
100%.
And there's been so many hit by pitches. Remember, Tatis has been hit 5 times since the start of last season by the Dodgers.
Correct.
Tatis and Ohtani were both hit twice in the previous series. You had the Andy Pages overreacting when he got hit by Dylan Cease because they thought he was trying to relay signs, and that was part of the whole drama. Now, if someone gets hit, it's just going to escalate much faster, even though the odds are in a 3-game series, someone's going to wear one.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be a hit by pitch. Now, is it Jake off the arm guard and one of his, 20 hit by pitches a season that he gets, or is it something a little more suspicious looking, a pitch that gets away high and inside to Fernando Tatis Jr. again, and all of a sudden
do you think Tatis hits the ground tonight?
Yeah,
I do
because he hits the ground every series. I mean, why would this series be any different? And I don't know that it necessarily comes from Clayton Kershaw, but absolutely one of the guys in the bullpen will 100% buzz the tower. And that's okay. Fernando's handled it really well all season long.
There's so much context that needs to be in there. Like, I mean,
what's the situation?
Are the Dodgers up 6-1?
Right.
And then Fernando gets hit, or are the Padres up 6-1 in the 7th and Fernando just hit a home run and then he gets hit? Because that's different, obviously.
Yeah, I think, like Darren said, and like I think we all agree, winning the series is absolutely the most important thing. And honestly, nobody has more bloodlust than I do. I love it. I think it's great. Things have changed. We're not 9 games back anymore. We're not. You're 9 games back. Have a ball. Do what you got to do. You're the leader now. They're coming for you, so you act like the leader. Set the tone.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And there's no need to devolve into any of that. Let's win this series. And look, because I saw a little clip of Will Smith yesterday, and he goes, man. It was actually refreshing. Can I say this? It was actually refreshing to hear him say, no, this is a big, big series. Like, this is great. The crowd's going to be nuts. They're going to be loud. We love playing in that environment. And he said, and we want to sweep them. He didn't say we want to win the series. We want to sweep them. And so they have that on their bulletin board as their goal to do. The Padres are now the chased. They're not the chaser. And so I think you're the one that has to take the high road. But again, also, if Clayton Kershaw comes out and goes 94 to Fernando's head, I'm going to change my tune immediately. But I really don't think it will devolve. I don't, until things maybe go sideways one way or the other.
That is an interesting point, because the Dodgers have not been the chaser late in a season. Other than the one year when the San Francisco Giants, and
2021,
I think so. And other than that, though, in the last decade, they really have never been the chaser. There's been some years where they've ran away with it, other years where it's been somewhat closer, but they've never really been in the position where they have to chase down someone else. Now, one game you can say, whatever, it's one game. But if the Padres can win this series and start building the lead up a little bit more, it puts the Dodgers in a very different position than they have been used to in many years. Like, hey, yeah, we're going to make sure we make the playoffs. We're going to make sure, who's coming up our rearview mirror here. In the wild card race, it's totally different. That's why these games are so critical one way or the other, because it frames the rest of the season. After next Sunday, when the 6 games are done and you don't face the Dodgers again, it doesn't end the battle, but it frames it completely how it's going to look the rest of the way.
Eric Coryell 79 says, I fully expect shenanigans from the Dodgers tonight. The team's a mess. Kershaw will try to light a fire. Maybe. And again, I don't know that it'll be Clayton Kershaw. If anybody on that roster or in that dugout tries to light a fire, we all know who it's going to be. It's going to be DR. And you can't play into it. You just have to play the brand of baseball that you've been playing, and it's been elite. It's been an elite brand of baseball. It's FU baseball, and it cannot stop just because you go into enemy territory in Dodger Stadium. Just keep playing FU baseball and let the chips fall where they may.
There was intent behind it.
Was there?
We all gave our predictions yesterday on the roundtable. How many of the next 6 games against the Dodgers do you think the Padres are going to win? Paul, you said 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Woods and I both said 3.
Yeah, I took the 3.
Yeah.
That's what I always do.
You always do that. My rationale was that's an acceptable outcome for both teams.
Correct.
The Dodgers feel like, hey, we've been struggling. We held our ground. Now we're going to get healthier. We're fine. The Padres are like, we just want to keep our lead, maintain it going through.
Yeah.
We get through these 6. All we have to do now is finish it out the rest of the way. And it's kind of an acceptable result for both teams.
Just to be totally fair, Michael King was still scheduled to start
That's
when
fair.
we made those.
That's exactly
I would probably go back to 3-3 instead of 4-2.
Yeah, I mean, as what you
information.
would take, absolutely. It absolutely gets the job done. Of course I want 6. Of course I want 6-0. Nothing would make me happier. But, yeah, you don't want to be the get-right gang tonight. And, again, we still don't know who's the starting pitcher tonight, but you don't want to be the get-right gang. Kershaw's been fine this season. He's been really good. So, going to be a challenge. They got a good lineup. You don't want to be the team that they get hot against.
Honestly, I don't think missing Michael King today is that big of a deal at all.
No, I don't either.
I think it's a big deal for the rest of the season in terms of when do you get Michael King back? How much time does he have to ramp up before the playoffs? So it's important. And we heard from Eric Grupner earlier, mostly optimism. Apparently he's got some swelling in his knee.
Cartilage issue.
And they need to let it calm down. How long that takes, we'll find out, but they're optimistic. But this game, the Padres are set up so well. If this was a playoff game, they've got everybody. You could probably ask, 2 innings from a lot of your guys if you needed to out of the bullpen. If they had to win this game, they're very well set up for this game in particular. So I don't know how much it changes. It's more of a longer term concern for Michael King, not a first game of the Dodgers series concern.
Well, and as much as I love the players and all of their feats, the thing that I get most excited about in games like this, Ben, when the chips are stacked against you, you've lost your starting pitcher. The thing that just makes me giddy about watching the game tonight is the managers. How are they going to deploy it? We've seen Dave do some goofy stuff, and I'm not just talking about attacking violently our managers. I'm talking about, getting down 4 or 5 runs and saying, this game's over, not chasing wins. Like, who's going to be the one that blinks? That's my favorite part. The 2 managers duking it out.
But we've also seen Mike Schultz, especially if Randy Vasquez is the guy pitching. Yeah. I mean, he aggressively takes Vasquez out under normal circumstances. Against the Dodgers, I mean, how aggressive might he be? Could we see, the bullpen in the 3rd inning tonight? Now, you remember, he's got to manage for tomorrow and Sunday and no days off next week as well.
Right.
So you cannot
put
all
sell
your
out
eggs in this
tonight.
basket, and it doesn't matter what happens the rest of the season. We just have to win tonight.
Right.
It's not that important. Attitude.
Right. It's not that important. So to watch those guys duke it out tonight, who can outmanage who? That's the best part about it. It's the best part about these games.
All right, this hour, of course, on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by Moneyline. Remember, come on out and join us tomorrow at Moneyline Sports HQ in Encinitas. It's the brand new sports bar. We're going to be watching baseball and giving away some great prizes, giveaways for Tier 1s, 30 TVs, 2 patios, great food and drinks, arcade games. It all starts 6 o'clock tomorrow at Moneyline Sports HQ, located at 345 South Coast Highway between D Street and Encinitas Boulevard in Encinitas. Looking forward to seeing so many of you out there. It's been a while since we've had an event, some chance for us to all get together. I think our last one was opening day at down on the Gas Lamp at Baja Rick's.
Anything?
Yeah, where we've been out and about for a show.
Yeah, I think so.
Feels like it's been a while. So come on out and join us tomorrow at Moneyline Sports.
We are not doing a show. Just come hang out.
No, we're just hanging out. Yeah, we're not doing a show, but you will be there and watching.
Hey, can you guys do a show?
What if? Hang on. Feel free to say no.
Feel free to say no, but
what if we did a podcast there?
Can you get a reaction video? Yeah, we'll make a little video for you.
All right. When we come back, it is time for Take on Woods on a Friday. If you'd like to be our contestant, call now, 833-288-0973. Musical trivia against Woods, chance to qualify for the getaway to Las Vegas and more. That is coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I'm going to talk about Prize Picks, daily fantasy for everybody. Prize Picks has over millions of users and over billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Basically, all you're doing is playing fantasy sports, fantasy football, fantasy baseball, whatever you're watching, fantasy golf. You got the golf playoffs going on right now. You can set lineups with your favorite athletes in any sport and put them together and win real money. You're going with lineups between 2 and 6. It's really simple, and you're just picking against stat projections. So more or less than 6.5 strikeouts, more or less than 1.5 hits for a player like Luis Ariz. You can see all of those picks right there in the app. Set your lineups, and then you'll see exactly how much you'll win if you get them all right, or you can play a flex play, see how you win. Like if you get 5 and you get 4 out of 5 right, you can win certain amounts with the flex play as well. It's all up to you how you want to play with Prize Picks. The one thing you do need to do, though, is when you download the app, make sure you use our code KWFN. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And, of course, cash in this baseball season with Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy sports partner of the San Diego Padres. It's Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
All right, getting close to game time. We got a round of report coming up because in our 9 o'clock hour, we are expected to be joined by the Hall of Famer himself. Trevor Hoffman is going to call in. They're going to Rady Children's Hospital today with some of the players from the Perfect Game All-Star this morning, and he's going to call us on his way in, talk about that, and, of course, talk some Padres baseball with Trevor. So a little bonus Friar Friday for you today.
I love it.
Looking forward to it. Right now that we got a contestant on the line, let's get to the final game of the week. It is time to play Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we've got Peter. Are you there?
I'm here, Ben. Thanks for having me.
Peter, I've heard you're 0-1 all-time against Woods. You're looking to even your record.
You know, one time, Ben, I don't expect you to remember this, but I met you once at an event you did at Dave & Buster's, and you gave me a compliment, said that I had a good set of speaking pipes.
You do.
I don't want to let you down today.
I can hear it.
I want to get this victory.
All right. Well,
sad we don't have any like smooth jazz categories.
Even a tie is good enough to qualify for our grand prize. It's the getaway to Las Vegas, 2 nights at Resorts World, 2 VIP expedited admission passes to the AU Day Club, and a $175 food and beverage credit. Check out the special summer rates right now at rwlasvegas.com. You get to choose our category, Peter. Here are the choices. We got an all 2-second song category called Song Inception. Those are songs with the word song in the title. We've got My Way or the Highway, 5 questions. Highway, the key word on all of those. And our new category is called New Bands. But it's not new bands. It's bands whose name has the word new starting all their band names. So Song Inception, My Way or the Highway, or New Bands. Peter, what's it going to be?
Well, being a long-time listener, I know Woodsy's struggles with 2-second songs, so let's do the song Inception.
All right. It's all 2-second songs. And again, it's called Song Inception because all the songs include the word song in the title. Paulie's got all 5 of them queued up. Remember, Peter, to score the point, you need to give me the title and the artist for each one. We had one of these categories last week. It wasn't all 2-second songs, but it was a tough one. We'll see how you do. Peter, are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Paul, you good?
I'm
All
ready.
right, 60 seconds on the clock. The category Song Inception. Your time begins when Paul plays the first song. Good luck, Peter. Let's take on Woods.
It's a little bit funny.
I'll get back to it.
All right, song number 2.
Pass.
All right, song number 3. No, song number 2 again.
No.
Oh, that was song number 3? Doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it sounded like 2.
Let's go to song number 4 then.
Check it out. Ooh, that dress so scandalous.
Song by Cisco.
Correct. Song number 5.
Sugar pie, honey bun, I like that. Pass.
That's okay. Song number 1 again.
It's a little bit funny.
How wonderful life is when you're in this world. I don't know the song.
All right, we got the one. That's weird that third song.
It might have just copied. I don't know.
It didn't sound quite right to me. So let's just say it's 1 out of 4, and we're going to drop that one from the contest. You did get Thong Song by Cisco. You did not get Your Song by Elton John. Song number 2 was Song 2 by Blur, and then it's just the same old song by the Four Tops. You were singing, I think, the Four Tops, but didn't quite get there. We'll see, though. Let's bring Woods back in. Doesn't get the category. I will tell you, it's all 2-second songs, and we had a bit of a technical...
got the real song.
You do have it. It's different.
But, yeah.
Okay, well, let's just skip it for now. We're just going to do 4 instead of 5. We had a little technical glitch. So, all right, let's go. Song, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Peter.
It's a little bit funny.
It's Your Song by Elton John.
Correct. Song number 2.
Song 2 by Blur.
Correct. Song number 3 now.
Check it out. Ooh, that dress so scandalous.
Song by Cisco.
Correct. Song number 4.
Same old song by The Temptations.
It's the Four Tops,
Four Tops!
but you did win 3-1. Sorry, Peter. 0-2 now all time against Woods, but your pipes remain undefeated. He's got a great voice.
Oh, is that my buddy Peter Thomas?
I don't know. Is it Peter Thomas?
Yes, it is. My friend.
He's got the radio pipes, man. How you doing, buddy?
You know what, buddy? I haven't played you in a long time in this, and I'm like, damn, I'm 0-1, so I got to go for at least a 500 record, but you succeed as always, my friend.
It happens, man. It happens. I love Peter. Peter's a big Red Sox. He's a Boston guy. He's got the accent, and he's got the just a little.
And I love the Padres.
He loves the Padres
guys,
too.
so.
I love it, man.
All right. Well, you know what? You can try again and
Do
go
well,
for 1
brother.
and 2 in the future. Thanks, Peter.
Great dude.
For some reason, the Logical Song by Supertramp did not play correctly. It was a Song Inception.
Okay.
Song, Your Song, Song 2. It's just the same old song. And the other one, which didn't play right, was supposed to be the Logical Song.
When I was young. I thought it was called the Logic Song.
Logical Song.
I don't think I would have known that.
That one you wouldn't have gotten? I don't know. That could have been, maybe Peter would have gotten that
the title
one.
of that one.
That's
Sorry about it.
Song. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, Paulie's going to give us some headlines on the Rivalry Report, including some breaking news this morning from college football.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty.
The maize and blue.
It's like I always said.
Coming down very hard with the NCAA punishments. That is coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, if you're trapped in a high-rate mortgage watching your hard-earned money vanish every month, stop right now at Loan Pronto. They're delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. You can lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. Here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low will not last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no obligation quote. Loan Pronto is incredible. Imagine, if you would, lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. Call 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 house payments. Don't let high rates hold you back. Call 619-207-4336 or, again, go to loanpronto.com right now. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Got into a good discussion yesterday in the roundtable, and it was a very hard topic because I asked the question, Fernando or Manny, like who's been more valuable for the Padres? And it used to, I don't know if you were the one who said it, it's like choosing between your kids, which is very difficult to do. And, I argued that Fernando is actually, like the WAR stat implies, has been the most valuable player for the Padres, but I loved what you said about Manny's growth over the last, 7-8 years from his time in Baltimore to now, and what we're now seeing from Fernando at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. And look, I mean, I'm a much better person at 50 than I was at 40. Much. Way better. Way better. I've matured, and it happens. It comes with a little bit of time and a little bit of wisdom and a lot of mistakes, and I think Manny would tell you I've made a lot of mistakes and I've done my best to rectify those, and I think he has, and I think he's earned a lot of respect around the league. I just saw the Trevor Plouffe thing. He did a little video talking about how Manny's going to go down as the greatest third baseman of all time. Wow, that's high praise. Very, very high praise. And I don't know that you would have said that about him eight years ago.
He loves Manny.
Didn't
he also have the clip? We talked about it maybe a month ago, where they're comparing like Trout and Harper.
Yeah.
And he goes, why isn't Manny
Machado
in this
Machado
conversation? If you look at the numbers, they're like crazy similar.
But the point of the roundtable, and it was Elo saying he believes it was Manny.
He just thinks it's ridiculous that Fernando has an entire one more WAR than Manny, when he thinks Manny so clearly has been the bigger contributor this year to the Padres. But I wanted to push back on that because I think what Fernando does overall, like people miss how valuable he is. And they focus on the fact that he hasn't hit as many home runs this year. And it's been a long stretch and the slug is down. But he is constantly on the bases and scoring runs for the San Diego Padres and then stopping runs for the other team. Doesn't matter whether you score one or stop one. That is one run closer to you winning the ball game one way or the other. And he does both of those at the most elite level in baseball. He has the third most runs scored, and he has the most defensive runs prevented in baseball. You could make the argument that Fernando Tatis Jr. is the most valuable player in the league, by far, because of those two things. Scores about as many or more than anybody and prevents about as many. And the only person who's close is Shohei, because he also contributes a lot of runs offensively and stops them by pitching, not by playing any defense, because he doesn't. But when he pitches, he also can prevent runs at the same time.
Yeah, Satan Glowfish is great. He said Tatis prevents runs by his sheer presence in right field. It's true. It's happened 10 times you can think of a guy goes, no, I'm not going first to third. I mean, there's always a possibility the right fielder, even with a cannon, uncorks a bad throw. They just don't try it anymore.
What's more valuable, hitting a solo home run to give your team a 1-0 lead, or having a guy not run on a 2-out single from second base and he stops at third and they don't score and it stays 0-0? Guess what? Exactly the same value.
And I don't know that Chris is, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I don't know that his beef was necessarily with WAR, right? Like, I don't know that it was, I can't believe his WAR is higher. I think it was, how can people look at the two and think that Manny's not more valuable? And my theory on it was Chris is a guy that likes consistency, right? And with Manny, that's what he is maybe the most consistent baseball player I've ever seen. When he's going bad, when he's going good, he's the same. And when he's going bad and he's consistent, it makes people nuts. They go crazy. Why is he blowing a bubble? Why is he only running 70% to first base? He does the same. It never changes. It never changes. It's you can count on it, Ben, like the sunrise.
Ultimately, I think you need both of them, though.
And
they actually are
the yin and the yang. You have to have
a good match.
They're a great match
for the San Diego
Padres. They're a great match.
Good conversation.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We'll check traffic. Then Paulie's got some Round the Report headlines coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report is driven by local and veteran-owned Manny Sedano Ford and Lincoln in La Mesa. Just a couple things to mention here. 2-vehicle accident on the Genesee Avenue off-ramp southbound 5. And this is the second ladder I've had to mention this morning. Come on. Westbound 52 just past the 67. It's a metal ladder in the fast lane. The Lincoln Corsair Premier, smooth as a country sunset for just $449 a month. Find yours at Sedano Ford and Lincoln in La Mesa. SedanoFord.com. For more details, visit Sedano Ford or SedanoLincoln.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah?
All right.
All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Happy Friday.
We made it. We're almost there. Let's get started with the breaking news. How about that in college football? So we knew Michigan was already going to get in some trouble for the sign stealing allegations. There was I think it's just a 1-game suspension for Sharon Moore and some fines, and we got official confirmation on all of that today. Michigan's getting a major fine. Now the number is not been disclosed yet, and from what I was reading on ESPN, we may not know the actual number, at least not for a while, but their college football people that ESPN's been talking to, they believe it's going to be well north of $20 to $25 million.
10% of their football budget, 10% of the cost of football scholarships, postseason revenues. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money.
They also added a game to Sharon Moore, the head coach for Michigan, to his suspension. So he's now got a 2-game suspension that he will serve this season.
So he's actually doing a self-imposed 2-gamer this year, the 3rd and 4th games. And now this additional one, they're going to probably push to next year. So
that's how they're splitting
he'll be
it.
serving the suspensions over 2 years.
I remember, that's right. It was the self-imposed ban, and we're going to put it on 2 of our easier games, I think, right?
Right.
It's the easy cupcake wins. I don't know that
how noble.
Right.
But the biggest thing here, and it won't matter because obviously he's in the NFL, is a 10-year show cause penalty for Jim Harbaugh. So if he was still a college coach, they would say you are essentially banned from coaching in college football for 10 years. So, and then also Connor Stallions.
Another one of those. What are we going to do
for the guy? So basically NCAA says, yes, we investigated. And after you said for, I don't know, months and months, no, we weren't doing anything weird or wrong. They're basically saying you guys were cheating your butts off the entire championship season.
I haven't watched the Connor Stallions Untold yet. I heard it's great. I finally watched the Brett Favre one last night, and I DM'd with Jen Sturger last night. Told her what a badass she is. Those series are so good, but I need to watch that Connor one this weekend since this news is breaking right now. Just insane behavior from Michigan, but they get to keep their national championship, right? It's like the Astros. You did it. Everybody knew you did it. You admitted it. Here's your World Series. Begs the question. Bigger question for another day. Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
I mean, don't you talking about the Padres, right? Like, don't
Is
you
it
already think like everybody hates us anyways?
Yeah, everybody hates
Is
you.
the Astros, is it worth it?
I don't know.
Is that one worth it?
The fact that they won another one
that
helps.
That helped
Tremendously. But if it's your only one, you're like, we had to cut some corners to get there. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. That is crazy behavior. You know what else is crazy behavior is the fact that the Little League, like official Little League accounts, actually had to put out a statement yesterday about betting on sports and betting on Little League sports in particular. It says, we feel strongly that there is no place for betting on Little League games. And they put out a lengthy statement here that reads, while Little League International continues to monitor the complexity and ever-evolving world of sports betting, we feel strongly that there is no place for betting on Little League games or on any youth sports competition. Little League is a trusted place where children are learning the fundamentals of the game and all the important life lessons that come with having fun, celebrating teamwork, and playing with integrity. And no one should be exploiting the success and failures of children playing the game they love for their own personal gain. I could not agree more.
It goes without saying. I thought, but
exactly.
These days you have to say it.
I mean, dude, I was watching some Little League Baseballs on over the weekend. It was like the regionals or whatever. And it was awesome when you get like a walk-off win. And those kids, it's like the greatest moment of their life. And to see a group of 15 kids just dogpiling each other, having fun, it's awesome. But then they pan over to the kids that are weeping.
It's the worst, man.
Worst moment of their lives. And to know that there are like adults out there be like, hell yeah, I just won $100. Like,
hell yeah, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
all right, two thoughts.
Disgusting.
Two thoughts. First, on the betting. If it's on TV, people will bet on it.
Correct.
And these games are all on TV, and there's not much else on in the afternoon. So people are going to find ways to bet on it. Secondly, I know what you're saying, Paul, but having been to the Little League World Series 4 times, and I saw the tears like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, they get over it.
They get over it so
Kids
fast.
are so resilient,
and they
man.
have so much fun there. They got this whole complex, and they're back in the pool, and they're doing cannonballs, and they're playing video games, and
so they get over it.
Literally, they get over in like 5 minutes, and like it's like, oh, this was the coolest experience of our life. It's not quite as bad as it seems on TV in the moment that they lose, when it looks really, really bad.
We play a game at the end of football practice called Mayhem, where the kids run around and Bo cries after every one, and then he's over it by the time we get to the car. Because if they lose, he's like, you're fine, dude. It's the end of practice. Relax. I love that you love to win, but tap the brakes a little bit, buddy. Fantastic.
Did you see that of the kid from Chinese Taipei?
He's throwing for the tier 1s this weekend. Picked him up. Got him already.
Throwing
82.
Yeah. From
45 feet.
3 feet or whatever the Little League mound is.
They always do the MLB equivalent.
107.
And one of the kids on the other team fouled it off.
I know. I saw that. I was like,
whoa.
good God, sign him up.
Right.
82 miles an hour from right on top of you.
I remember because I'm like the same age as Danny Almonte.
Well, he's actually 2 years old.
His alleged age at the time, because he was saying he was 12 or 13 or whatever. And I was like 11 or 12. And I was like, 70 miles an hour? 70? And this kid's pumping 80?
It K's me up.
Without
question.
There are some abnormally large 12-year-olds out there, including tier 1 Luke Ramirez. Shout him out, who was amazing when he led Chula Vista to the title that year, and he could hit like prodigious home runs out of that. I mean, these were not wall scrapers. He was like 60 yards beyond the fence.
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely,
must be nice.
Turds.
I've never had it. Just once I wanted to be fast or like an elite power hitter. Just once.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Oh man. Well, finally we could wrap it up here. Just saw a funny headline. Pete Davidson admits he's embarrassed by media's focus on his BDE.
His big
Richard
energy. Oh no, my giant penis. I'm so embarrassed, everybody. Please stop talking about my giant penis.
He was on an episode of The Breakfast Club recently on Sirius, and he said that, he's embarrassed by the media's obsession with that. And he was, quote, I was embarrassed by it because no one talked about any of the work I was doing, he revealed. They were just like, oh, there's the
guy with the giant penis,
the blank stick.
Yeah.
And that hurts so much.
Oh, it does. It hurts terribly, right? When your reputation is for having a giant penis and sleeping with the most beautiful women. Now, I feel terrible for him.
I like Pete Davidson.
I feel terrible.
I think he's a good guy.
Is he okay?
And I'm just like,
does he need to come to my next edition of The Work?
That's
Get
what
it off
you're
your
mad
chest.
about.
It reminds me of one of the greatest Onion headlines of all time. Ugly man with huge penis, unsure how to get the word out. Just be an actor. That's it.
Pete Davidson, that does sound like an Onion headline.
Yeah. Oh, I feel terrible for him. Oh, there goes that guy with that huge hog. Oh no, he has such a hard time living life. Like, they don't talk about his fine work. It was that movie he did that was horrible. Just the guy with the giant penis. Cry me a river, Pete.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What's he going to do going from Ariana Grande to Kate Beckinsale? And
I'd say as members of the media, we haven't been overly focused on it during
haven't.
our years. So
guy just got out of a relationship with Kim Kardashian.
We're trying to do our part by not focusing
on
too
his
much
giant
on
penis.
it.
Yes, thank you. Oh, poor Pete. Cry me a river.
Final hour of the week is next. Trevor Hoffman scheduled to join us, and we have one of our interns coming in.
Oh,
you
boy.
You won't believe
his
this.
voice.
Coming up next here on The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods for the week. Boy, this is going to be a big weekend, Woods. Monday, everything could look different. Everything could look kind of the same.
Hope
I don't
you're
know.
going to hear some of this on Monday. A little.
When does that stop?
When we lose
at all?
A
like if they win
game,
the
a
series,
series.
you're going to keep it going.
We'll see. I don't make all these rules like you do. I just let it flow.
I like to make the rules.
I know
for
you
sure.
do, and I like to not follow them.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So, why don't you set the stage?
I will.
Woods,
This is
for our next guest.
This is pretty wild, man. So a few weeks ago, we are leaving the studio here, and we're going back to the production studio to cut the promo and cut some spots and do it, a little quick meeting after the show as we do. And walked by, and I noticed there was a new guy sitting at the front desk. And I said, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Woodsy. I work on Ben and Woods." And he said hello. And
very
I went,
fresh and young face.
Fresh and young face. And I said, "Whoa, oh, okay." And I just went on my way. I went back to the prod studio. Then Ben comes in the prod studio. He goes, "Did you meet the guy at the front?" I go, "I did." He goes, "Did you notice?" I go, "I did."
I missed all this, and Benny was like, "Paulie, you're
Introduce
you're
yourself.
not going to believe this."
Go introduce yourself to the new promotions assistant by the name of Nathan. And I said, I've never, ever heard pipes like this before in my entire life. And we've been texting with Nathan for a while to get him to pop by the studio. So you're going to want to be about a karate chop away of that microphone because people need to hear the full effect of this. Nathan, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Come on.
Now, if you're not watching on YouTube,
there's
a
dissonance here.
There's a dissonance. If you had to guess, you'd say, "Oh, he's 65 years old." He's not. He's not. Nathan, how old are you?
I'm 20.
You can't even drink a beer legally.
Have you been smoking the entire 20 years?
Do you just gargle honey all day long?
I do what I can.
It's unbelievable.
Dude, I'm feeling inadequate at the moment.
So do I.
Yes.
So do I. This is unbelievable. So what's your deal? Like, how does this happen? Like, what? When did you realize, oh, I've got deep, rich pipes?
It's honestly, this is like a cartoon. Like I think there was like a moment in The Simpsons where Homer was a kid and he's talking like this and he's singing in the choir and then the voice changes. Like, did you have something like, or what happened?
I mean, like growing up, like it's just day by day, so I don't really notice like that much of a change in myself. But then people are telling me like, "Oh, dude, like I'd have people telling me to sing country. I don't listen to country music. I don't know anything about it." But I'm like, do I have like, is that the kind of setup I'm rocking? Like,
you literally sound like a country music star.
You said no. I hear it. He sounds like the voice of God. Is what it sounds like. Like, so I walked out and I said, well, we have to get him on. Like, there needs to be some. I don't know what kind of bit you do with him. Like, he sounds like Barry White.
Matt in the chat says he sounds like Nat King Cole in the Grinch song. Say, "I'm a mean one, Mr. Grinch."
Say, yeah, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
It's identical. Now that's just
he's not get this kid on Cameo.
He's not doing a bit.
You could make a fortune.
He's not doing a bit. This is how you really talk. Like when you. I'm assuming you live at home. Is that an assumption? Okay, so when Dad's like, "Hey, Nathan, you want some breakfast?"
Yeah, I'd love some eggs. And
it's insane. It's insane. That's just his normal voice. That's how he talks. So, oh yeah, do you know the song "Chocolate Rain"?
Yeah, I do.
Can you just sing the chord, just "Chocolate Rain"?
Yeah, I don't know that much.
It just goes like this: "Chocolate Rain." That's it. That's all I need.
Oh yeah. Chocolate Rain.
I mean, it's incredible. Tayson Day, was that
Yeah, it was incredible. Day.
So this is obviously something. It's a gift, is what it is. Much like Pete Davidson's giant hog, this is your gift.
Can you say Allstate? Are you in good hands?
Yeah.
Allstate. Are you in good hands?
It's incredible. So you have these pipes, and when did it, like, what do you want to do for a living? Do you want to do like what we do? Do you want to do something different? What is it? It's got to be something with a microphone.
I mean, what we're doing right now is kind of a dream come true.
Right.
I mean, I feel like I've been doing so much work to try to get myself to the position that I'm at right now here in front of the microphone.
Is that why you did you seek out to get a job in radio, get your foot in the door, and see what happens?
That's exactly what I did.
It's exactly what I did too. It's exactly what I did. Yeah,
started there. Now I'm here.
So
I feel bad, like he's a wind-up toy.
Right, we're making him do bits.
Can you say people will come, Ray?
Yeah.
Hold on. What am I saying?
Say people will come.
People will come.
That
Ray.
sounds creepy, Ben. Pick another.
Say if you build it, they will come.
No, that's
not him. That's the
literally
ghost.
I need James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say
James Earl
everything
Jones.
the light touches.
People will come, Ray.
People will come, Ray. Can you do that?
All right. People will come, Ray.
It's a freaking identical. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. We have the next one right here. This is like he's a star.
Except it fits when you see James Earl Jones,
right?
And he's 70-year-old older black man, and now you look at Nathan. If you're not watching it on the screen, that's really it
really trips you out.
Unfortunately, I'm not a 70-year-old black man.
No, you're not. It's unfortunate for all of us. But so
the one constant through all the years, Ray.
So you got into this
baseball,
into the promo team, just in case something like this would happen, and it did, and it has, and I hope that somebody, in the building is like, we got to get this guy an air shift. Would you want to? I know you said you don't like country music. We have a country music station.
We do.
You'd learn to like it if you had to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Morgan Wallen's new one again.
It's not that I don't like country. It's just not something I grew up listening to,
Here's Jelly Roll again, right? And here's Morgan Wallen again. And here's Jelly Roll again. And then Morgan Wallen again. I think it's a real... it's a real talent. And the thing is like, what can you do with it? What can you do? How can you parlay this into some sort of career? Because I honestly think if this guy ends up like, selling something over the phone, fine. But the voice is really, I think you could do something with it. Voiceovers, commercial work, things like that. There's a lot of opportunity for people with voices like yours.
It's easier than ever, by the way. You can do it from home, set up your own studio, and you can make a lot of money.
You make a lot of dough. You make way more than we do.
How about, the voice guy that we use for our station, like all the promos and like show opens that you hear, he lives in Boston. Like he's not low, you know what I mean? Like he just sends it over. Like you can do that. He'll do that for stations all across the country or whatever.
Now one thing I have, I will say, and Ben said it kind of off the shoot. Ben, I can tell you're envious.
Oh,
you are very, very envious.
I thought I had a good voice, and then I heard Nathan.
And look at him now trying to lower the register of his voice.
I'm trying to go as deep as I can right now.
Yeah, say this for me. The Padres have slayed the dragon again.
The Padres have slayed the dragon again.
It's so good. It's so good.
Really good.
So no prospects yet. You texted me a couple weeks ago, and there was I think a job board position open in LA to do it was music, right?
It was like an on-air part-time.
On-air part-time, probably have you come in, play some records and talk up songs. Do you practice stuff like that at home just in case you got the opportunity?
Yeah, so I do a lot of that stuff at home. Just like I have like a little bit of a vocal setup at home, but not enough for me to do anything kind of professional with at the moment. But like all throughout college too, like I had to record podcasts for my assignments and stuff like that. So I mess around a lot in front of my microphone.
Good.
Something that I pay a lot of attention to, but we're working on getting it a little bit more.
Have you ever worked on or even heard of like hitting the post? Do you know what that means? You ever listen to music on the radio and they're like, you hear the beginning of the song and it's like the intro and they're still talking and they're like, and anyways, right on 97.3, the fan. And then right as the music, the lyrics start. Okay. That's what you need to be working on.
Yeah. Work on hitting the post. It's pretty cool when you do it. Look at him. He's seething over here.
Ben is furious.
He is seething right now. Why are you seething?
I feel like
you feel inadequate.
A little bit. Yeah.
You're back in the 7th grade locker room.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault, Ben.
Nothing wrong. No, I'm happy for Nathan. Really.
Yeah, sounds like it. Nathan. Well, listen, our boss was already in the chat saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." Now listen, here's what he's going to try to exploit you. Yeah. He's going to try to get something for nothing. Don't give it away. That's my number one piece of advice.
If he asks you to do anything, say talk to my agents and then tell him to text our thread with Ben and Woods.
Right. Just don't give it away. He's going to try to get you to do stuff for free on the house. It's his favorite thing to do is to get you to do extra stuff. So, but again, there's opportunity in this business and outside of this business, like Paulie said. If anybody has any advice as far as like where to go to do voiceover stuff, you could do it tomorrow. Like you could really start it tomorrow. Seriously, like explore that. We wanted to bring you in because that voice, it knocked me out. I mean, it knocked me out. Would love to have you do some stuff for us. We'll pay you though. That's the difference. We'll actually pay you out of our show fund to do some stuff for us.
The
But
second we met you, we're like, we got to have you on the show.
Gotta have you on.
No idea what we're going to do, what it's going to sound like yet, but we'll figure it out because when you have a voice like that, you got to use it.
yeah, that's your gift, man. It's your gift, right?
Imagine having a talent like that in this building and we had no idea.
I know. It's crazy. I wonder if who hired you?
It was Presley.
Presley.
Yeah.
See, now Presley's in promotion. I doubt very much she was like, ooh, let's get this guy with the good pipes in, get him on the air. She probably was like, I need a body in here to go out and hand out, whatever red Solo cups for Kason or whatever it is that they do. I think it's great, man. It's a pleasure to know you. I'm glad you're here. You can lean on us for anything you need. But I thought it was great. Wanted to have you in and say hello to the audience.
Well, I really appreciate it. I mean, this is my first time being on air or anything like that. So
it's not your last time.
I've really been having a lot of fun, and these guys here at the Ben and Wood Show have really been a big help to me.
Paul and Woods, right? And we will help you in your career. He will try to actively sabotage
This guy
him.
needs to pay his dues for a while before we can actually put him on the air.
For the record,
years.
I think Ben has a great voice.
You do. You have a great
It sounds
voice.
great on the Ben and Wood
Appreciate
Show.
You have a great voice, Ben. Everybody loves your voice. You were
You guys should have a great voice off.
a great
right now.
voice. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Let's go.
What are we saying?
Fight.
A voice
With
fight,
your
a
words.
vocal
Oh,
fight.
here. Do you have your liners?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get a liner
hand
in.
it one.
Okay.
All
Which
right.
one
I'll
got
give
nothing.
it to him.
All right, we're gonna do the Park 101 liner, the last one.
You got it?
All right, who goes first?
All right, are we doing I'll go first, and then
You picked the longest one too. He did that on purpose.
all right, here we go.
Here we go. Park 101.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Park 101, multi-level sports bar and restaurant at the Carlsbad Village. Park 101 Sports Bar and Restaurant in Carlsbad. Catch the game with your fellow faithful this weekend as we beat LA while sipping 22 ounces of Estrella Jalisco out of a souvenir bat. Park 101, Carlsbad Village, proud sponsor of the Padres Radio Network. Beat that!
All right.
Ooh, that was good.
It's really good. He's
Yeah,
a pro.
that was good.
He's a pro. Now listen, he's got 25 years of experience. All right.
All right.
You ready?
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Park 101, multi-level sports bar and restaurant at the Carlsbad Village. Park 101 Sports Bar and Restaurant in Carlsbad. Catch the game with your fellow faithful this weekend as we beat LA while sipping 22 ounces of Estrella Jalisco out of a souvenir bat. Park 101, Carlsbad Village, proud sponsor of the Padres Radio Network.
Get out of here, Ben.
Beat it, man.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
I told you once, you son of a bitch. I'm the best there's ever been. Look at
there
you.
you go.
He's done.
Fire on the mountain.
I mean, dude,
run,
that
boy,
was
run.
that was no production. There was no music. And that sounded insane.
Nick says Ben's voice sounds like a dog whistle in comparison.
Holy
Nathan,
crap.
you knocked it out of the park. Well done on your first appearance on Ben and Woods. It won't be your last. We will be conjuring up ideas of how to use you in the future. So if you do plan on making any moves, please let me know in advance. But you're awesome, dude. That was incredible on the spot too.
Thank you.
Incredible.
I mean, I love the city of San Diego. It's great here. So I'd love to do everything I can, while
To
I'm
stay. Yeah.
out here.
And where are you from originally?
Yeah. I'm from Riverside, California, in the
Okay.
Inland Empire.
Okay. And do you drive here for this gig?
That I do.
Holy whoa.
smokes,
Talk about
dude.
burying the lead.
We did. We buried the lead there. You drive all the way here.
2 hours, man. 2
Man,
hours.
that's
We're definitely gonna
dedication.
pay you.
Yeah, we'll make
Ben
sure.
will pay you for your appearance here today.
That was
Oh, my goodness.
incredible,
Yeah.
dude. Thank you so much for coming in and just knocking that whole segment out of the park. That was awesome.
Now I
I
got
had
to
a lot
pay
of
to get
fun.
my butt beaten
Yeah,
and
you
a
gotta
voice
pay.
off. Nathan, appreciate
Thank
it.
you, brother.
for coming
Appreciate
by.
it. Nathan, everybody, give it up. He was
Promotions
incredible.
assistant Nathan. That was very impressive.
Very impressive.
And Paulie, we're going to have to put together a social media video for those not watching so they can actually see the face that goes with that
It's unbelievable.
incredibly honeyed, rich, deep, velvety voice.
That was really good. It was really good. Very impressive stuff.
I'll admit, I'm spun out a little bit.
Have fun talking to Hoffy.
I know. We got to talk to Trevor Hoffman coming up. Don't go anywhere. Ben and Woods coming back after a quick check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, Woods and I, maybe Nathan, would like to tell you about Trust and Will. If you're setting up a trust or will, Nathan, can you leave me your voice in your will? I would appreciate that. You can do it easily online by going to trustandwill.com. You're answering a series of online questions, 20, 30 minutes. And when you are done, you will have real official estate documents and the peace of mind knowing that your family will be taken care of if something should happen to you.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. I was a little embarrassed I'd waited so long to do it. If you're in the same boat, just go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN, F-A-N, when you check out, and they're going to give you 20% off of the total, and they're going to ship you your estate documents for free. Get them notarized, and it's official.
If you've got a house, if you've got assets like stocks and things like that, if you set up a trust, your family can avoid probate court. They can get access to your estate right away. Skip the lengthy and expensive court process known as probate. Again, go to trustandwill.com. Get 20% off using the code FAN at checkout. Free shipping as well at trustandwill.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Nathan's a hit, no doubt about
Massive
it.
hit.
Nathan is a hit.
We knew he would be.
Maybe we should have kept him around to interview Trevor Hoffman later.
Amazing. I would like to bring him to spring training and make him do all the interviews. I can just go play golf or something. It's going to sound better than I will. That's for sure. Probably ask better questions.
Oh, man. That was funny.
Man, 20 years old. Sounds like that. I mean,
this hour on 97.3 The Fan.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. When you hear it back, processed too through the mics, play it again.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Park 101, multi-level sports bar and restaurant.
It's crazy because it's not a bit, and he's not trying to do it.
I am.
You are, right.
I'm trying hard. That is just easy for him.
Anthony said, Riverside is Dodger loving. Yeah, but he was wearing a big old San Diego Padres shirt, so that was great. We gave him $50 for his time.
He was like, holy crap.
Holy crap. That's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. He drove here from Riverside. You couldn't put a gun to my head and make me drive to Riverside for anything. I shudder when I have to drive. I'm always in traffic up there. So that was really cool. And yeah, he's fantastic. Fantastic work.
Very impressive.
Are you sad?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Well, listen, he's still 20.
I know.
That's the thing is his whole life's ahead of him.
Should we do the side-by-side
Do
again?
the side-by-side. Let's hear.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Park 101, multi-level sports bar and restaurant at the Carlsbad Village.
Okay.
Pretty good. And then here's what Ben sounded like.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is
my
brought to you by
God.
Park 101, multi-level sports bar and restaurant at the Carlsbad Village.
I saw stars. I saw stars falling. Oh no, something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. Guys, I'm not well right now. Let me hear better. One more time.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Park 101, multi-level sports bar and restaurant at the Carlsbad Village. Park 101 sports bar and restaurant in Carlsbad.
Park 101 sports bar and restaurant in Carlsbad.
Whatever Park 101 is paying us, it is not nearly enough this morning.
Please stop. It hurts. So bad. Somebody said in the chat, Ben sounds like Fran Drescher. That was before Polly played that. God. I have a stitch. Jesus Christ.
Catch the game with your fellow faithful this weekend as we beat LA while sipping 22 ounces of Estrella Jalisco out of a souvenir bar. Park 101, Carlsbad Village, proud sponsor of the Padres Radio Network.
I am crying.
Catch the game with your fellow faithful this weekend as we beat LA while sipping 22 ounces of Estrella Jalisco out of a souvenir bag.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ, Paul. Ow. It hurts. Oh, I loved it so much. It's so good.
Like my favorite, 20 minutes in radio in a long,
no question,
long time.
Please don't go home and kick your dog or anything. Just raging. Man, he's great. He was great. I am just done. I am done for. How do you recover?
I don't even know where to go.
I don't either. I am just blown away. Oh, God. Sorry. It's not that you're bad. He's just very good.
No.
Just he's so spun out.
But I had to work a long time to get to where I wanted to be.
Yes, he has not.
And it doesn't feel like he's where is he going to be in 20 years?
He hasn't done anything yet.
I know.
But you weren't platformed when you were 20, right?
I was doing public address. Even at that age. And I did not have anywhere near what he's got going on.
The buzz, the Nathan buzz is a real thing right now. Oh my God, that was the funniest thing, Paulie. Please clip that and send it out so I can watch it for the rest of my life. Tell me that's not worthy of a Marconi.
I had to work a long time to get to where I wanted to be.
It works. Stop. What does Nathan sound like? Slowed. What does he sound like? Sped up to double
this hour
to sped up.
What does he sound like when he's doubled? It probably sounds like my voice.
I can raise the pitch.
Yeah, raise the pitch on him.
Pitch. on Nathan.
Yeah, raise the pitch on Nathan just a little to see.
Second here.
Probably sounds like me.
This is the same filter I used.
Same filter.
From Ben's original to goofy voice Ben, and this is what it sounds like with Nathan.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan.
That sounds like me.
Still sounds pretty
This hour
good.
on 97.3 The Fan. Sounds just like me.
Pretty decent.
Catch the game with your fellow faithful this weekend.
Sounds like Scraby a little bit. Yeah. It's unbelievable. That is unfreaking believable, man.
Now we get Trevor Hoffman coming up in just a couple of minutes. One thing I want to talk about is bullpens. With Trevor, obviously. It's the area where you feel like the Padres have the biggest advantage this weekend, especially considering, he didn't mention it, but the Dodgers placed their newest acquisition, Brock Stewart, on the injured list. He was their big bolster the bullpen pickup at the trade deadline from the Minnesota Twins. Now he's hurt as well.
Yeah, a little inflammation.
I know there was talk that they might be getting some guys back. Michael Kopech.
Kopech was horrific last night. I think he walked the first three guys and
2 nights ago in the minor league.
So
he's probably not even available today if he faced guys last night. So don't know what their plan is, but that's the area where the Padres clearly have the advantage. But you got to get there. I mean, you need to at least keep the game close, have a lead, be tied late in order to deploy that advantage against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, and as I said, it's going to be really interesting to see what both managers do. We know it's written in stone. Dave Roberts is not afraid to punt. But here's the thing. When Dave Roberts has punted games, it's because he had, guess what? A really reliable bullpen. And he does not have that right now to this point. Again, with this team, you just never know, man. They do have the ability to turn it up when need be. I don't know why they haven't yet. But so when Dave has punted games, well, no, I'm going to save my pen for tomorrow.
But he doesn't really have anything to save.
That's what
what I've noticed watching his games. Sometimes you'll see, Bonda early. Sometimes he'll be late.
Yep.
They'll have to Vesia early or Vesia late, which is, you've got flexibility because you don't have anyone that you're totally relying on for those last couple of innings right now. So it's all kind of mix and match for Dave Roberts
they
right
have
now.
The Roboleski kid. They've got Kasperius, who's been fairly effective for them. I know he had a little hiccup the other night, but they're not playing well right now, and you want to take advantage of them as best you can. And that's really a weakness for them. So when you're going into these battles, man, what are our strengths? We got to play them against their weaknesses. But look, if the offense can come out, Benny, and get to Kershaw early, sets you up really nicely.
Sure does.
And we still don't know who's going to be on the bump tonight. So,
all right, we will talk to Trevor Hoffman, scheduled to join us in our final segment. That is coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Should have had Nathan stick around and do the Sedano read for me, but I will do it right now for you, the best that I can. Sedano Ford over in La Mesa, great people, veteran-owned dealership, local dealership. They will take great care of you. That is something I do promise you. Sedano Ford and Lincoln in La Mesa, making it better and easier than ever to get behind the wheel of your dream car or truck. If you got a buck, get a truck. Lease the all-electric 2025 Ford Lightning, just $1 down and $349 a month, or the 2025 Mustang Mach-E Select, just $310 a month. Excuse me.
Nathan would never do that.
Never. And if luxury is calling your name, slip into the Lincoln Corsair Premier for just $449 a month. Summer deals don't last like this forever. Head on over to Sedano Ford and Lincoln in La Mesa. Check out SedanoFord.com. Let them know that Woodsy sent you. For more details, again, check out SedanoFord.com or SedanoLincoln.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
And Woods for the week, and a pretty cool way to end the week for us on a Friar Friday as we are standing by to chat with Trevor Hoffman. He's going to be one of the managers for the Dick's All-American Classic from Perfect Game. It's the amateur baseball game of this Sunday at Petco Park featuring 60 of the top high school baseball players from across the country.
Yeah, amazing. My brother played in one in Texas and got to play the ballpark in Arlington. Hit a ball off the wall. It's just the greatest. Made like so 3 plays. My dad was beaming.
That's very cool.
Very cool.
I mean, to get to play in just a major league ballpark as a high schooler, very exciting. And Trevor's standing by. He will join us right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Islands Restaurants. Couple hazards wrapping up our morning drive. One is a stalled car in the center divide, North 805, just before Telegraph Canyon Road. Very narrow center divide, so take it extra carefully. Move over a lane if it's safe to do so. North 805 before Telegraph Canyon Road. And seriously, westbound King Freeway past Kelton, a red gas can in middle lanes. Definitely want to watch out for that. That's westbound King, just past Kelton. Islands Restaurants, summer refreshment, paradise ambience, and the best burgers in town, like the Big Wave with cheese and fresh cut fries, $10 now for a limited time only. Visit one of our Islands restaurants throughout Southern California today. Dine in only. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It is time.
Nothing better.
Been a while. We welcome back to the program Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, Padres legend, Trevor Hoffman is with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Trev, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. You're right. It's been way too long.
Way too long. We miss you. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. It's baseball season and it's ramping up, man. It's awesome.
I mean, you could say that. Yeah, ramping up is pretty crazy. Hoffy, friggin' first place right now. I can't sit in with any honesty and say, oh yeah, I had this. I predicted this. I'd be a moron. This has been a lot of fun. Now, how do you stay there? That's kind of the key.
Yeah, I think the fact that you guys just mentioned 10 games in 35 days, you don't expect that. But what you have to do is you have to play good baseball. And Schilte's doing it again, man. He's a second half wizard, but he's put in and his staff has put in so much, sweat equity and grinding and committing these guys together, from spring training on, and it's paying off. These guys trust one another. They know their roles. Obviously, we changed the roster a little bit after the deadline. That's AJ doing his magic. And, honestly, everyone's kind of accepted, how things have kind of changed a little bit, and they haven't skipped a beat. So credit to that clubhouse.
All right, before we talk about the Classic this weekend, you obviously had some great setup relievers, some great bullpens in your day. But have you ever seen anything like what AJ has put together here right now for the San Diego Padres? I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, actually.
I mean, I came up in the red system, and the Nasty Boys were a big thing. That was the three-headed monster with Charlton, Myers, and Dibble. And Franco might have been there for a minute too, but nothing like this. I mean, you got 5 guys down there that, are elite. They have the ability to hand the ball off to the next guy. The only problem I see is, what do you do when the game, if you're chasing it, if the game's out of hand, do you deploy your weapons in a way that you don't overuse them? And I think, Mike's very aware of that. He's talked about it on air. He understands this is a unique situation. It's a weapon that, if you get to the postseason, it could be devastating. You don't have to, try and work your way back from you get a lead. It's going to be pretty sick. So awesome to watch these guys. They do a great job with their innings, and man, they are dominant, and it's fun to watch.
Now, we're talking to Trevor Hoffman here. We just had a guy in. He was 20 years old, Hoffy, and he had a really deep, rich baritone voice. And Ben got immediately jealous. So I ask you, when you see Mason Miller throwing 104, are you just in awe, or are you like, God bless, I wish I had that in the tank when I pitched?
I love that. You know what? There's definitely no jealousy factor, but you just kind of go, how? Like, how does a body work that way, right? Like, I don't get it. And in my mind, I thought I was throwing 104. It just came out 84, and it's a bummer part of it. So I guess when you speak and you want the baritone and the tenor comes out, I guess you just live with what you got.
You do. You just gotta work with what God gifted you,
That's
and
right.
apparently it wasn't as good as I thought. There's some gifts out there it's definitely exceed mine. Well, Trevor, obviously, maybe some future all-stars in the group. Have you had a chance to meet some of these kids that you're going to be managing this weekend, and tell us a little bit more about the Dick's All-American Classic?
Yeah, we're really excited. Spent the last few years in Arizona baking our butts off, but brought it back to San Diego. 23rd year of the Classic, and another great group of kids. Looking forward to getting to know them. I got introduced to them as a group yesterday. Didn't really spend any time in any one in particular, but we're getting ready to do a Rady Children's visit this morning. A nice charitable arm that they do, and Rady is great to accommodate this opportunity for them. I think they said something like $85 million in salary was given out in the draft last year's class. No reason to think anything different. There's a tremendous amount of high school talent, former big league players, Lombard from Texas or Detroit. Evil's got another kid coming through Corona High School. It seems like they're never ending. Ben Sheets and Jose Contreras both have sons in this. So there's a little bit of that big league mix, and there's a lot of talent, and it's a free event at Petco. Come on out and check out the next wave of draftees next June.
And that's what, Sunday at 11 a.m. is the game time?
No, I think it's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
Sunday,
I don't think it's that early.
Sunday, 5 o'clock, Petco Park.
Free admission, though.
Free admission. Go in and
admission.
Watch some ball. Hoffy and I got little kids, both play ball, both love baseball. And it's coaching kids now is certainly it's a hot button issue. And I tell the story often. Many, many years ago, before we actually really knew each other, I watched you watching one of your sons play, and you were way down the line, man, leaning over the fence because it's funny. You got guys like me that are coaching the teams, and I've never played at a high level at all. And then you got Trevor Hoffman down the line leaning over the fence. For you as a coach, how hard is it to kind of skirt the, hey, guys, I'm a Hall of Famer. You might want to listen up when I talk. Like, how hard is that for you?
You know what? I'm lucky that I get to be around the guys and the kids in spring training. And so I'm kind of one step past what these guys look like. And, they're very intelligent, these young kids. They have a pretty good regiment with their nutrition. They understand the sleep that's important. They're getting in weight rooms. They have particular coaches that can help them out. And so they're light years beyond kind of what I would have thought looking at a Hall of Famer in their shoes. And so it's certainly something that it's an elephant in the room a little bit. You try and get it out of the way and say, hey guys, if there's anything that we can talk about that would expedite your progress and, give you a little insight on what the curtain looks like type of thing, by all means. But when you talk about, watching your kid play, in this case, my guys didn't ask for that last name, and it was always a little bit of a burden to have to drag it around whenever you'd show up to games and things like that. And so getting a chance to kind of go down the line, I didn't have to hear the bantering amongst parents behind home plate. And,
bad chatter.
How crazy that can get.
There's a lot of bad chatter, Hoffy, and I have to.
A lot of bad chatter.
Yeah, and you got to tell them, hey, lady, that's not what I'm teaching him. I don't want his elbow up right there. I really don't. Like it's really tough. It's the bad chatter is that. So that's why. Like number one, it makes you sick to your stomach watching your kids play. We can all agree on that. There's nothing worse.
You want them to do well.
You would die to have them do well. But then it's the bad chatter from the parents, and it's bad and getting worse, I think, Hoffy.
Hey, those chain link fences don't block what you say. They go right through and everyone hears it.
Soundproof fences is what we need. Now, I know this is just an exhibition game, but if you're going to play, you might as well try to win. You're going to be managing against Ryan Klesko's got the other team. How's Rhino doing?
Rhino's doing great. He's got a young son, 14, 15, getting ready to embark in this journey of his. And so I think he's pretty dialed in on what the East squad looks like, even knows what my squad looks like. But I think we'll have some push-ups on the line and might see him doing some oil wells in that visiting dugout when we're done.
That's amazing, man. So much fun being out there and being around the next wave. It is my greatest joy to be out there with the T-ballers and the first graders and second graders. It is just, there's nothing makes me happier than watching these kids. And there's been, there was a time in baseball and youth baseball, it did kind of fall off a little bit, Hoffy, and it's back. I'll tell you, it's back in a big way. Everybody, and I'll tell you, the Padres have a lot to do with it. I mean, you see, when I go pick up Bo from school, dude, everybody is in either a Padres or a Dodgers. I mean, their baseball is really back right now, and you can see it in a lot of communities.
I'll tell you what, Ron Fowler started this program, with Little League and putting the jerseys on everybody, and Peter took the baton, and the rest of the Seidler family, and have just made sure that San Diego can be proud of their San Diego Padres. And it shows up every night at the big league field, and then it goes out in our community, and people are excited about this team and what they stand for. And it was something that you kind of wish would have happened when we were playing.
Yeah,
couldn't really put your finger on it, but man, what an experience to be able to say that you have a big league team in your town and you're proud of them, and they stand for the right stuff, and ownership gets it, and they're constantly giving back and making an impact in this community as well. So it's a good time to be Odd fan.
We love Ron. Woods often says we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Ron Fowler. But the great irony is always the man who put everyone in San Diego in brown, and you can't walk anywhere without seeing it. Didn't like the brown uniform.
I know. He wore it.
He resisted it. He resisted it. But he said, all right, if everyone wants this, we're going back to the brown. He never liked them.
Never liked them.
I know. But you know what? When you look at the team on TV, you know who you're looking at.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wonder if we were looking at the Brewers anymore.
Best decision he ever made. Best decision he ever made.
No question.
Trevor, really appreciate it. Good luck on Sunday. Hopefully a lot of people come out and check it out at Petco Park. Again, free admission for the 23rd annual Dick's All-American Classic from Perfect Game at 5 o'clock on Sunday, and we're all looking forward to it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Go Pods this
Thanks,
weekend,
brother.
too, man.
Big one. Thank you, buddy.
There he is. Yeah, East County Chris remembers. Ron called it Baby Poop Brown.
Yeah. Was that on our show?
Might have been.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Baby Poop Brown.
But, I mean, you can't walk, as you said, kids coming out of schools, they wear jerseys, on whatever day of the week, and they all are wearing brown and gold. And the decision by the Padres to put little leaguers in Padres uniforms and donate so many different versions of their uniforms, so everyone's wearing Padres and there's less of other teams around San Diego, you're now seeing that pay off. So those kids who first were in those jerseys, and that was, 5, 6, 7 years ago when they started that, they're now teenagers, and they are now really diehard Padres fans and dragging the, parent, we want to go to more games and more games. You're seeing that pay off now with the strategies that they had.
Yeah, I mean, my house is single-handedly keeping a lot of them in business. We have more Padres gear than anybody I know. My two kids, man, it's crazy. And yeah, I see it every single day at school. There's a real palpable feel for this team right now.
All right, we've got a stressful weekend coming up, no doubt about it. But that's why we like baseball. This is where you hope to get to, and I know there's definitely part of me like
I got bubble guts. I'm not.
I'm nervous about these games coming up this weekend. But
true.
The alternative, of course,
is the worst.
Is the worst. They don't matter. We were afraid that you get to the end of the season and these games against the Dodgers wouldn't really matter. But they do. They matter incredibly. So we are all going to be at the edge of our seats the next 3 days. Whatever happens.
It's going to be unbearable, basically.
Keep in mind, whatever happens. Padres sweep, Dodgers sweep, one way or the other, 2 out of 3. Life is going to continue on Monday, and both teams are still going to be in the middle of a very important pennant race chase for the playoffs.
Yeah, just want the fellas to continue to play that brand of baseball that they've been honing all season long. And they do have a lot of confidence. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing aggressively. Yeah, I wouldn't expect too many different looks. I'm really curious to see what happens tonight, who the starting pitcher is going to be. Will they go in with an opener? Will they just put Randy Vasquez out there and say, hey, man, empty the tank for 90 pitches or whatever it is and see what happens. Let the chips fall where they may.
They really have, though, turned the feeling of this season, kind of what I remember from the first couple of weeks. Remember when you felt like, even if they fell behind, they're going to catch up. They're going to get some hits. They're going to put some runs on the board. It's going to be good for the Padres. I felt that again. These last week and a half, you just get the sense that the Padres are at least at this moment on a real roll, and you just want to keep that going as long as possible. And, hopefully they can carry it right in through an off day into a tough series this weekend in Los Angeles.
Yeah, no question. So they're going to play how many games in a row?
So it's you've got at least 10? Against the Dodgers and 4 against the Giants. And then is there an off day the next Monday, or is this? No, I think it's 13 in a row until the next Thursday. So I think this starts today for 2 weeks until the next
Thursday, the 28th.
2 weeks from Thursday. So I think you got 13 in a row here.
Yeah. So again, just try to keep in mind, Schulte's got to manage for 12 games after tonight, right? And it's not as much as this, you can't manage it like a game 7. I'm so interested to see how it plays out. So excited.
12 games after tonight, 3 against the Dodgers, 4 Giants, 3 more Dodgers, and then 3 Mariners. Like that's going to be a really tough series too.
That's there
in Seattle. Then you got the day off as the Padres wrap up the month of August by going to Minnesota.
Okay.
So a little bit of a break there.
A little bit, but I mean, God, still
13 straight.
Joe Ryan, they're still
10 straight division games. Then the Mariners in first place. That's a grind right here.
It's a big one. It's a big couple.
And then
of weeks.
after that, the schedule does lighten up a little bit, but you've got to be locked in for these next 2 weeks.
Twins, Orioles, Rockies, Reds, Rockies. Into September.
Just again, 13 games you said until the next off day. Have a winning record at the end of it. 7-6. I mean, really, like don't go 7-6.
7-6 keeps you in first place.
Keeps you in first place. That's right.
Again, if you are going to be, looking for something to do tomorrow night, you
come on out.
You can watch with us. We're going to be live in Encinitas at Moneyline Sports HQ. It's the new sports bar. Come on out. Game starts at 6. So we'll be watching on TV, giving away some prizes. They're going to have food, drinks, arcade games. And we can just watch as Tier 1s, 97.3, the fan community, come together and join us at Moneyline Sports HQ tomorrow night, Saturday, located at 345 South Coast Highway 101 between D Street and Encinitas Boulevard in Encinitas, right there by Moonlight Beach. You can come and enjoy the game with us, and we'll have whatever happens. We're going to have a good time tomorrow.
I'm going to bring the boys. So you'll have to hang out with Taylor. I'm sorry.
We're starting to get, I think.
Are you?
We're starting to come to a mutual understanding.
It's funny that you think that. He doesn't feel the same.
No, not yet.
No.
All right, that's it for us.
You got some work to do.
Yeah. Men fences
that's
with
right.
Taylor.
Yeah.
All right, Braden's coming up next for Paul Reindl, Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins, soon to be replaced by Nathan on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Have a great weekend, everybody.